Welcome, one and all, to Chapter 5 of Urchins!
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 No, serious urchins shenanigans are going down today. Yes, we have reached Chapter 5. There are a trio of orphans. They've been joined by another one. There's more. They didn't know there was more. They all sort of have superpowers. It's a bit weird. Oh, what's going on? There was a pigeon breakup. That's the main headline news for anyone who missed. 100% missed it. It got really sad, largely due to a pigeon breakup. And currently, our little ragamuffins are scattered to the winds. But before we dive in to today's story, I think we should meet the characters and, of course, the players. Let's start with our most recent addition. It's Emily Bates.
Hello, it's Emily Bates. I'm the recent addition, Pansy. Pansy uses she, her pronouns, as do I. And she's great. She's just real excited to have new friends. And, you know, some old friends of hers have turned up as well. And there's just so many friends. Friends? Shake my hand.
Nope. Absolutely not.
And Fiona.
Oh, I guess I'm here too. Hello, my name is Fiona. I use she, her pronouns. I'm another third of the RP Geeks, and I am playing Eddie, so-called pigeon whisperer. That's going great, as you can imagine. I'm on a career break. Everything is totally fine. I'm not sad.
I'm not sad, you're sad.
Folarin.
Hi, I'm Folarin. I use he, him pronoun, and I'm playing Will, who also uses he, him pronouns. And I think Will is about to be blindsided by discoveries and is also not necessarily that trusting of his new friend. But we'll see how that goes. Hey,
Comrade!
you keep trying to...
Comrade!
You said comrade first!
Pansy was so
sometimes...
happy when you said that. Like Pansy's little heart, and now...
Broken.
Sometimes you work with people and you don't necessarily trust them.
It's true.
Oh, no, this is too harsh.
Look, all I can say is that I love working for the RP Geeks.
Wow, you don't work here. We don't pay.
Some of my best friends are RP Geeks.
Yes!
One of them is.
Zach.
Hello, I'm Zack. You can find me. Why am I plugging? That's not what I'm doing. I'm playing.
It's very hot.
Where are we? What's
Very warm.
I've gone fully in the heat.
We've gone mad.
Let me try. Hang on. Cut. Reload. Here we go.
Edit
I'm
point
Zack. I'm playing Theo, and both of us use he/him pronouns. Theo is a perpetrator of many crimes and slasher of many tendons.
Oh, yeah.
Urchins!
Urchins!
Yay!
Urchins!
And it's Pansy you don't trust.
I am Shamini, she, her. I will be your Fate Weaver today. Where we left off, yes, Theo had indeed slashed some tendons after taking revenge due to a shocking revelation about the landlord / employer, Mr. Tanner. Eddie had, in an absolute rage, stormed off and decided she doesn't like her brothers. She doesn't like Princess Cecily.
No.
She's going to go be friends with the rats in the sewers.
Yep.
So that's where we are there. And meanwhile, Will and Pansy, having gotten everyone out of the library, and Will having a vision that I don't think you've shared with Pansy yet, and we just haven't had the opportunity to talk about it. So let's start with Will and Pansy. And am I right in thinking you were heading back to the attic, to home?
Yes.
Heading back to home.
We will cut to your arrival. You're looking for Eddie, right? You turned around, Eddie was gone, you've dashed back home. We will cut to your arrival. And as you hop back in through the hole in the roof onto the little pile of cushions on the floor, I think it's very clear that Eddie is not here. But also you see the pulled open floorboard. and nestled just down in the sort of gaps between the floors, you see various trinkets and knickknacks, including a familiar shiny gem that actually... Will, you obviously recognise this.
Yeah.
Pansy, for a moment, you think you recognise this?
Oh my god.
What? Oh no.
I didn't realise that revelation was coming because I'd forgotten that.
Yes.
It was so
It's
big.
quite a big revelation.
It was so
We've
big
lost
that
Zack.
Zack has gone.
Yeah, he was like, can't deal with this. Actually, it's enough. It's too much.
Look, it's Canada Day. Zack's got other things to be doing.
Yeah, true.
True,
He's
true.
not interested in being here.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Should we hold for Zack?
Just
or...
hold for 1 second.
I'll tell a story while we wait for Zack to come
It's
back.
true, yes.
Right now,
Okay.
I've got a fan on my legs, and it is game changing. He's back.
Oh,
Well, we can't hear you, Zack. We can't hear you,
He just
Zack.
needed a second.
Check your audio. Can't hear you for a second.
Uh,
There you go.
Yeah,
got
there
you.
you
Got
go.
you. Got you.
okay. That was wild on my end. No idea what happened there. It all just like it was like you recognize this for a second. I was like, oh my god. And I held there for a second and I was like, is Emily frozen? Is Shamini, what's happened?
These guys, they're just
Everyone is
stopped.
freaking
Yeah.
out right now.
That's great. Oh,
We will come back into that moment where you see the nearly empty attic.
I'm going to ask the question because I have an idea, but I wonder what you think about this, Shamini. Do we all know about Theo's little stash?
I don't know whether you... Yeah, I don't know. I think that's... I'm happy to leave that up to you, Folarin. I think
Okay.
Fiona sort of decided that she probably had spied it.
Yeah.
Do you think
I think it absolutely tracks that we all know about it and we've all respected it up until this point. And Theo, it's almost a thing that we kind of know it's there and we've all just kind of respected that Theo's got this thing and we don't mess with it.
In that case, what you might also know is that there's a book there and it's not there.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna walk up to it and go, okay, it doesn't usually leave it open, so this is I don't exactly know what this means, but I don't think it's
Is it a secret
Good.
stash?
yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a secret stash.
What
Books
What
can-
do you keep in there?
Well, it's I don't keep anything in there. It's Theo's safe place.
Right.
Okay. I'm
Do you know where
trying
she-
really hard not to freak out, but I don't know where Eddie is, and I don't know where Theo is, and I don't know why this is open. So, if you wouldn't mind, I'm just gonna sit down for a second
Okay.
and try and breathe, if that's okay.
In through your nose, out through your mouth. Ready?
Mm.
And in 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good.
Yeah, right.
We do that in yoga. So, okay, again. And in 2, 3. Maybe close your eyes. Maybe it'll help relax you. While he closes his eyes and she does this, she's going to go over and pick up the stone.
You are such a
10-year-old. Wait, where does Pansy end and Emily begin? That's what I want to
Who
know.
knows, really?
This
No.
is the thing. Emily's got a type and she loves playing to it.
Are you hiding it, looking at it hiddenly?
I'd like to hold it.
Yeah.
And see what I feel.
I think on close, as soon as you get up close to it and you pick it up and you can see it closely enough, you know it's not what you thought it was.
Okay.
It's shinier, it's cleaner, it's very clear.
But similar enough. Or just
intended to be similar. I think it's glass. It's made of glass.
okay. She'll sort of tap it, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and out, and she'll put it back. 2, 3, 4. Big breath out, all the way out. Take all the air out, and open your eyes.
Okay. Right. Good. Thank you. That was very useful.
Are you
Thank
feeling better?
Very much, Pansy. Yes.
Are you
No.
worried about Eddie?
Yeah.
Theo?
Yeah, I'm worried about Eddie.
Okay. Do you have a way of finding her?
Yeah, that's a good question. Can I look around the room and basically see if there's anything that looks like anyone might have touched before they left? Because I think I don't necessarily know where Eddie's gone, but I think I know that someone has rifled through this stuff. So I think I'm hoping that if I can find an object, I can get a memory that will either lead me to Theo or to Eddie.
Can you pick up the stone? Because that would be funny.
This big shiny object? Of course. Wait a minute.
The floorboard and the stuff in it is the only thing that's been obviously disturbed. They're obviously sort of possessions of Eddie's that you could check, but there's no sort of obvious sign that she's touched anything.
That she's rifled through anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have absolutely. I think both myself and Will feel so kind of unsure of what to do in this moment. I think Will is going to sit with a book and say, "Okay, Pansy, we wait. We wait because someone's going to come back. They always do. So I'm just going to sit down here and because they'll be back anytime now. So that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Would you like a book?
People don't always come back, though, Will.
Well, people don't always come back, but Eddie and Theo do. Always, they do. So
Not in my experience.
yeah, all right. We didn't come back for you, Pansy. We didn't really know what we were doing. We just knew that we had to get out of there, and I'm sorry.
I was just sort of all on my own for a little bit because everyone got these powers and then I was just sort of there. And they kept saying that I was special and I would have them too, and then I didn't. And sorry. Maybe we could find her together.
Yeah.
She was meant to be my room buddy.
I think you said that before, and I'd love to know who said that she was going to be your room buddy.
Mr. Jarnby. When he got us out of the orphanage, he had rooms for everyone, and everyone was sharing rooms, and I was on my own. But
and he said that specifically he wanted Eddie.
When Eddie was back, she was going to be with me. And then you and Theo were going to have a room, and Stephen and John were really happy because it meant they got to stay and they got to sort of sometimes have their own room. And
John, what? Talk to me about John. Where's John? What happened with John?
What do you mean?
Well, I just
He's back home.
But is he all right? Because when I originally got a vision about him, the feelings around John felt a bit complicated.
No, he's better now. It doesn't hurt him much anymore.
Do his powers hurt him?
Everyone's powers hurt them. That's just the price of, power. I can make it better, though. Did you know?
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Mm-hmm. I take it the bad bit away, and then people can be very strong.
What does that mean for you?
Depends. You saw I fell asleep when I touched Eddie. Does she fall asleep a lot?
It just it takes a lot out of her. So yeah, she
It felt that way.
yeah.
What happens to you? If you don't mind me, I know you don't want to show me, but
No, might as well. We've got some waiting to do, so it's I get strong feelings, and then and sometimes it's hard to sort of distinguish the feelings that I get from my feelings, and it just gets a bit confusing sometimes.
sounds very confusing.
Yeah, that's the operative word. Is that confusing?
But what do you get feelings about?
Oh, anything, memories, anything I touch that someone else has touched, that they've sort of left an imprint on.
Could you find something of Eddie's?
Yeah, it won't necessarily help me find her unless
Right.
she was holding it when she decided where she wanted to go. But you know what? I've got nothing. Can I just go to like her bed sheets? I'm just gonna hold on to him and see if I can get anything from him.
Well, would you like help?
He nods and just throws his hand out.
She'll grab it.
Amazing. Fiona, I don't know if we specified last time, but do you think we're all right to say that as Eddie was rummaging through various things, she would have touched the bed sheets?
Yeah,
in that
absolutely.
moment?
Yeah, I think so.
In that case, I would like you. So, this is pretty easy, and there's some pretty strong emotions associated with this. So you only need to hit a 3. Because Pansy is helping you, you get an extra d6 automatically.
Consequence free,
Ooh.
huh?
Oh,
Well.
okay. In which case, I'll roll 2d6. Oh, that's a 3.
Close. Okay, good.
You really needed that help. Will.
I really did. Gosh.
Yeah. Will. Eddie was here. And Eddie was angry. And you sense that, but you don't feel it. This is just something you know. You're like, oh, she was kind of annoyed. In fact, Eddie, what was Eddie thinking about while in this briefest of moments in the attic?
It's as well as that anger, you get that sense of like sadness and upset, feelings of like neglect and being forgotten about. And it feels the same, nothing ever changes, and a strong urge to get away from all of that and be on her own, because she's better off that way.
Pansy, it's directed at Will and Theo, but Theo's not here. You feel it, and you know it's at least partly their fault.
She will let go. Why did you do that to her? You left her. She needed you, Will, and you weren't there.
We were protecting her. That's what we do. We look after her.
Older children always thinking they can protect the little ones. When will
that's
you
our
learn
job,
you're
that's
a
what we're
child
supposed to
too?
Pansy, I know I'm a child. I'm very keenly aware of the fact that I'm a child, but this world doesn't have very much room for us to be children, does it?
No, it doesn't. Exactly. Why are you all fighting this? Why won't you just help? We can make it better, Will.
Make what better? You haven't even I don't know what plan of yours is, and it all sounds very scary and not explaining anything.
We're going to change everything. Will, we're gonna...
What does that mean?
We're going to Westminster. To the House of Lords. We're stopping them. We're taking them all. We're taking the wealth. We're getting rid of all of them, and we're going to have a new regime, one of people who are intelligent and wise and have earned their respect, not taken it from what they were born into. Where you're born shouldn't matter, Will. Sorry.
No, that's fine. You're born shouldn't matter.
We're special. You're so special, and Eddie is special. So why don't you trust her? Why don't you trust me?
Well, look, Pansy, trust has to be earned, and usually it's earned through truthful dialogue, honest conversation, and it does feel as if, well, we've entered into that arena, I'd say. So
Is it always like this when you do your stuff?
yes, it's a bit overwhelming. I don't like to push it.
I don't like it. I don't cry normally.
I like really tentatively, but I think he's just gonna kind of give her a hug.
She sort of freezes a little bit in it. And then we'll just sort of very slowly sort of put her arms around him and just sort of cry into his chest. I really think it can be better, Will.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's nice. Where I live, Mr. Johnby, he looks after us. I've been reading lots, and I wanted to show Eddie the pigeons, and we've been doing fighting, and I'm getting very good at it. And the others, they're brilliant. They're really good.
Wait, sorry, go back. What do you mean the pigeons?
He has pigeons.
What, like messenger pigeons?
No, he sends them out and then they come back. They're like racing pigeons. They're very fast.
They're racing pigeons, but they're not messenger.
I don't think so.
I don't.
They're very pretty. All different colours. I can see them from our room.
Shamini, can I roll? Like, is a racing pigeon a thing that I'm aware of?
You want is an insight
You're a
check.
fucking little. It's a rate like. Yeah, all right. Roll brains.
All comes back to the pigeons. We knew it.
It does all
Yeah.
come back to the
This
pigeons.
bread.
Okay,
here's you being who you are, knowing about the hobbies of the upper classes is possible. Yeah, you hang out with some weird types.
Yeah.
Do I have enough time to, rather than roll, do I have enough time to take half?
Yeah, sure. You're not under super pressure, but gosh, I would like somewhere between a 7 and a 9, depending on how much detail you want to know about the.
So then here is my question, because the rules elude me. Can I take half? Because I have cool under pressure.
Okay.
I think that's the idea, being that when it's stressful. Like, can I just generally take half
Yeah, I think you spend an adversity token to do so. Is that right?
Oh, I always spend an adversity token to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case, never mind. I
No,
will not do that,
Someone,
because I have no
somebody
adversity
has
tokens.
0, I believe.
I have
Someone's run
0.
out of their adversity tokens.
Yeah.
They are adversity.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I got a 19.
He knows everything about pigeons.
That's
I
like,
do.
read a
I
book.
actively listen to what Eddie talks about all the time.
And
Oh my god.
sometimes he has one pigeon and another pigeon, and then they have a baby, and then that baby, it looks a little bit like one of them and a little bit like one of the other ones. And he was telling me all about it. He drew this little square. I'm trying to understand it.
I think
Maybe there's someone at the library who is really into pigeons.
I mean, we also got that book, didn't we? Or we saw a book on like.
Who was
pigeon-
reading that? Yeah, like Darwin was going on about pigeons in at least one of the books.
Am I able to
You're
put all
reading.
of this together and like make any kind of connection as to why pigeons are important suddenly?
It's a 19.
Go on,
It
Sham.
is a 19.
Come on, what you want, Sean?
Monstrous pigeon in the attic.
You got-
There's a giant pigeon. And then he bred this one pigeon, and it was you.
It was like a monster.
And we use that to go to Westminster in. Like
And I
some
fly
frozen
on it.
pigeon.
Okay, here's what I will say to you, Will. You don't have all of the information,
Yes.
but what you might be thinking, very reasonably, is that there's a lot of coincidences in a lot of places. You were wondering whether Jonathan Welsh at the library knew who you were when he sent you to run messages to Mr. Jarnby. You haven't found anything to support that, but and Mr. Jarnby didn't seem to know, but that does seem quite odd. Eddie talks to pigeons. Mr. Jarnby breeds pigeons. There are coincidences, and that's all I can say because you do not have the necessary information to put the pieces together.
They don't
Okay.
want us. They don't want us. They want Eddie.
That's what it's seeming like.
Yeah.
I think in this moment, just again hearing more about pigeons, there is just this feeling in Will's brain of like there being such a sort of glaring, sort of gaping hole of information that he is lacking, and it's just a bit of a hole in his brain. But he's going to put that to one side, and then go, okay. First plan of action. Let's find Eddie. Now, she left because she's angry with us, and that's, well, we'll have to have a conversation about that. But where here now here's I wonder if she has ever drawn pictures of herself in the sewers. And that is the question that I ask you, Shamini, and you, Fiona, because I feel like maybe she has done, but who knows?
I'm going to say two things.
Okay.
One thing is, am I right, Fiona, in thinking that it was a very spontaneous decision to go be friends with rats, partly because of the Princess Cecily breakup?
Yes.
This is not a long-term plan. And the other thing that I will say is that I think at this point, I think Theo probably arrives back.
I think Theo just lands kind of heavier than he's ever landed in the flats, and far be it from me to call for a roll, but could Will roll like a, I don't know, like a brains to notice something on me?
Yes,
Oh,
oh no,
gosh.
oh god, I had this thought and then I'd forgotten about it. Yes, you very much should.
I would put the DC at what, like 6?
I don't imagine that Theo has done anything about it. Assuming we could do
5?
the same thing. We could be doing quite different things. Who knows?
We might. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Let's go for it.
Would you like to? Sorry, 5 or 6?
5.
I got an 8.
Well, it didn't matter if it was 5 or 6, did it?
I just
I
wanted
wanted
to. I just wanted to push
tighten
it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I think we should, at this point, I think we should probably wait for Emily to come back because I feel like it is significant.
And
Look
there
at
she
that.
is.
Wow.
Weather.
Speak of the devil.
You spot. I think he has tried to wipe some of it off, just so that he wasn't dripping in the streets. It's okay.
Someone's
But
at the urchin door. Who could it possibly be?
this is like someone. It's Brennan Lee Mulligan.
It's like Theo and the police behind him. Like,
We heard what you were doing. We've come to arrest you all. Should I keep going? I'll
wait, I think wait for a second.
Let's wait.
Oh.
Let's wait for a little bit more.
That was great.
Um,
I like this role-playing game that you've now brought in, Zack, of like, you roll for this.
Sorry, I just look. It's the energy of me coming in of like I want to like
100%.
I'm covered
you know
in blood.
of like I
Does
you know
Will
Shamini's
notice?
like no I don't think so. I'd be like that's fine.
No, like it's very much. Yep, same page.
Could have covered in blood, or is this
The book,
just
same
eau de
page.
sanguis? Am I right? Just a perfume of guts.
I think the other thing to say, because I think both Will and Theo would know about this, is that Eddie can't swim. So
Oh,
been
for
probably,
Christ's sake, Fiona!
so probably has been forbidden to go near large pools of
Anybody's of water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Fiona,
what?
why do
Oh
you do this?
gosh.
I,
Oh no.
I said right at the beginning. So just FYI.
Before this session, I very neutrally asked Fiona, at what exact point do you think Eddie decided she was going to the sewers? It was a super casual question, with only a few tiny ramifications.
Truly, because I was like, okay, well, I know she's gone, but Will has to go through
Yeah,
the whole
we've gotta
process
get-
of working this out. And
This is like the address thing from the first episode.
yeah.
I'm not like that at all. I think that was a Fiona mistake, actually.
No, true. But this is the same thing of like the character. We know the information, but
How
the
can we
character,
tease it
how
out?
do we
Character
get
get this
characters to make
information?
the leap of logic?
Where's the one place she would go? She would cross us both. I know. She put
Yeah,
herself in the
well-
most danger. Therefore,
Ah,
the sewers. So,
hang on a
Narratively,
second.
yes.
Earlier today, when she looked at me, she said, "P.U. I don't like you. P.U. The smell. The sewers."
sewers, yeah. Exactly.
Speaking of foul dripping liquids,
Oh,
blood is smeared on Theo's hands, hastily attempted to be wiped away, but very much still there. And I don't know. I think you see an untypical coldness behind Theo's eyes.
And
What?
You would also notice the obviously the floorboard being pulled up.
Oi, what you doing going through my stuff?
No,
It was Eddie.
Where is she?
it was Eddie.
Thought you were meant to
don't
be
know.
looking after her.
Yeah, I was supposed to be looking after her, and I'm sorry, but she ran. She went somewhere. I don't know where she went. But what happened? And I like run up to you almost as if I'm about to like treat your wounds, and then I'm like,
Oh, enters my mind.
"What did you do?"
I took care of business, is what I did. Don't you mind. Tanner won't be bothering us no more. He ain't my boss. We are gonna have to move though.
Okay.
Maybe lay low for a while.
What? If you don't mind my asking, how did he take your resignation?
Ah, lying down.
Oh, I tried so hard to keep a straight face, but that was fucking excellent.
and birthday tokens to you, Zack. Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day. Oh, Canada.
We don't do that, by the way.
Do we not? No.
No.
You don't.
No.
We I've decided.
No.
Canadians don't tend to do that. I guess. Gosh, oh God, how do I get my character to say let's go to the sewers?
You don't, I don't think. I think we're all trying to do something that Shami does not want us to do, which is go to the sewers.
I think you say lying down. I think Will gulps and goes, okay. I think maybe we'll have to have a conversation about what that means later.
Yeah.
Right now we need to find Eddie.
You're not going to like what I'm going to say.
Okay, say it anyway.
Mr. Jarnby might be able to help.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'll go. Why not?
Okay.
Wait, hang on a second. Why have you suddenly changed your tune? Because before you didn't have anything to do with him.
She says he can help find Eddie, and I don't know. I'm interested to hear what he has to say for himself.
I mean, maybe he can't help, but we all could. Together.
Okay, yeah, fine. I mean, yeah, because I think Mr. Welsh might be in trouble as well, and we probably need to... Yeah, fine.
The
Let's
library?
go to Jarnby.
Why do you think
Yeah.
Welsh is in trouble?
I got a vision. Mr. Edwards, or Edward George, Mr. George, he's a mole. He works for the police or something, and he got information from. Oh.
We've lost Zack again. So. It's always
Theo
information.
does not enjoy it.
He's outraged by further revelations.
He's like,
Hello.
All right. Try again, Folarin.
He worked for the police or something. I don't know, but he got some information from Welsh, and I don't know if the information was handed over willingly or if he's in trouble somewhere. I don't quite remember. So, yeah, let's go to Jarnby and see what he has to say.
Yeah, fine.
But Theo, we have to be so careful.
He won't
not
make
going
you
back.
stay if you don't want to. And it's not back. It's not the orphanage.
And you say that, but that woman was there.
Oh, yes. Her name. I have it.
It's
I
not
know
her
her
name.
well.
It's
We
at
have
the
her
top of
name
my
here.
tongue.
Is it
Miss Hunden?
Sister Francesca? No,
No, not that
the
one.
other one.
No,
Miss
the
Miss
one who,
Miss
like,
Hunden.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. She's still there. She leaves me alone now.
Now,
But not before.
When you all ran away, she thought I might be able to find you, and I couldn't.
what's so special about us?
We're all special.
Sure, but why you want us so bad? Why are you holding off whatever great plan you got?
Oh no, all
It's
the
right.
children are special, and you shouldn't
Of
be.
the world?
No, of the orphanage.
Why?
I mean, I know the powers.
Theo, they've got
Yeah.
a plan. They're gonna do it. Look, we'll get into it later.
Yeah.
But I think they want Eddie more than they want us, if I'm honest.
What? No, it's all of us. We have to be together.
Well, good thing we ain't got her then. Let's go.
Maybe you should wash up a little bit first.
Oh. Yeah, fair enough. I'll scrub my hands and
As he
Okay.
sort of turns to do that, I'll look at Will and sort of try and judge on Will's face how he feels about this sort of demeanor of Theo.
He does not take his eyes off Theo. He is like studying Theo and looks visibly worried.
I think he wipes off his hands and prepares to leave, but then just turns to Will's like, "Oi, you can't nick my hat," and then just takes it off your head, puts it back on his.
Oh, the symbolic. Oh,
The
Symbolic removal of the hat.
It's so removed. Oh.
You take the hat, and there's like, because again he's so fixed on you with this like look of sort of worrying and sort of like almost almost trying to break down the puzzle of like what was happening. And as you take the hat, there's like almost no reaction, and then he looks as if he's about to say something.
I don't think he waits for a response. I think he goes and leaves.
As Theo leaves, Pansy will sort of quickly, like, not power grab, just sort of grab out to Theo and just not Theo, sorry, Will, and go, "Does he forget things?"
Yeah, he forgets things.
Does he forget important things? People?
It was little things at first, but yeah, they get bigger and bigger, and yeah, he's forgotten people.
Beth?
He doesn't talk about her anymore.
She's very worried.
Okay. Let's just keep it between you and me for now, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he just walks off after Theo.
Yeah, she'll follow.
I was trying very hard to keep a cool face then, but
So was I.
I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're talking about.
Sorry, Zack.
And the three of you disappear off at the hole in the roof, along the angled roofs, across the buildings, down and into the cool London evening.
Oh, imagine a cool London evening.
Oh, I'd love one of
It
those.
really is fiction.
Okay.
Such escapism.
Maybe some ice creams on the way, sorbet,
Just ice just pouring on your head constantly as you walk. Oh.
We're going to rewind to a little bit earlier in the evening, as the sun was still sinking. And Eddie, you climb down a little ladder fixed into a wall into a brick tunnel. And you can just about see from the light coming in the manhole cover above you, the smooth walls, and then just like a little bit of water, sludge running along the bottom of this tunnel. It is long and it is straight, and as you take a few steps away, it is very quickly much too dark to see.
Okay, be brave, be brave. You don't need them. It's just me. Be brave. I'm squinting as hard as I can, just in case. No, don't have that power. Okay. And I'll go into my bag and I will bring out a candle and a match and try and light it.
You have just like this little stub of a candle left over. They're usually saved for winter when the evenings are long and dark, because they're expensive, but you have a little bit left over. You're easily able to light it. And as you hold up this sort of tiny little light. It gives you just this little glow around you in these sort of relatively close walls. I mean, you're very small, but this is not a big space. And as you look sort of ahead of you and behind you down this tunnel, the light from the candle seems to make the darkness darker. It's like you can feel that distance in front of you just sort of sucking away this meager candlelight into just absolute nothing.
Okay. It's all fine. Now, Will told me the way to navigate. And I put my hand out onto the wall on the left-hand side. And I go, just follow left. And I'll just start walking down.
That's the labyrinth, Eddie. That's the labyrinth.
I think it's working right now, Shamini, in my head.
I looked up some, I don't have it now, but some incredible photos and videos of the modern sewers, most of which were being built around this time, this set. And like, for me, looking at it, I do get a little bit claustrophobic anyway, and it's just endless. So Eddie, you're walking along, and there are occasional. There's not a lot of branches. This is not a maze. This is not a labyrinth. And quite often, the things that are coming off are much smaller pipes. So there's clearly this one main, conduit that you're walking on with, like, little pipes that you wouldn't be able to get through, coming in and off. Occasionally the sounds of running water. Would you roll me a brains, probably?
Okay.
And you only need a 3.
Okay. I have a D12 in brains.
Yeah.
Good. Let's see if the brain cell is working today. Ooh, an 11. I didn't explode, but it's an 11.
Okay. Ooh.
I know, I got excited.
Okay. In that case, a few things. As you're making your way, and you're like, this is good. Is there anything you're looking or listening out for in particular?
I think right now, I think she's realised that she needs to be a bit more prepared and stuff, especially with the darkness. I think she's trying to suss where the water is running to, because that will lead her to maybe bigger places. Maybe then that's where she could find orientate herself again, because presumably it would run towards the big river, the Thames. So she's just thinking, and maybe if there's any fresh air, using that as well as a guide.
Okay. I think probably even Eddie has probably heard the talk of Basil Jet's exciting new sewers. Like, it's a whole thing. The whole
so exciting. I love sewers.
Everyone loves sewers.
Oh my God.
My partner had in the house a book on sewers. And I was like, in preparation.
Of course they did.
Let me just read this chapter on Victorian London sewers. How useful. This is so cool. This is what I
Sorry, are
need to
you
know.
doing the lore drop right now, or?
It's so immersed.
Yeah.
Immersed as we're doing it.
But one of the things that I think you might occur to you as you're going along is that one of the reasons that everyone's like, oh, then we'll have new sewers, is that the new sewers theoretically won't go straight into the Thames in the place everyone lives.
Okay.
However, the sewers aren't necessarily finished yet, and the sewers traditionally have gone straight into the Thames. And one thing that you do know is that the Thames is tidal.
Yes.
Which means that if this sewer is connected to the Thames and the tide is coming in, it will fill up with water.
Yeah. Okay. Don't want that. Yeah.
The other thing that I will give you with this brains check, sort of as you're going along for a little while, is sounds.
Oh.
From behind you, there is a slight sort of dragging sound. At one point, quite early on, there's a sort of clunk. And as you go further and further on, a little scrape here, a little sort of splash there. And you get the sense that something is following you.
Okay.
What have you done?
I'm not trapped in here with it. It's trapped in here with me.
You 10.
Yeah, I think. Sure. If I realize something's following me, I'm gonna douse my candle, and I'm gonna try and find one of those, like, I think you said like an outlet, like it wouldn't go fully, get into one of them and like hide and see if it comes past. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. You wedge yourself, these things are not sort of smooth and neat and perfect. There's all sorts of little inlets and outlets and twiddly bits. You tuck yourself into just the side where the brickwork comes forward. It is very, very dark. And as you wait, you hear just this gentle splash, splash, splash footsteps. Very light footsteps walking up the tunnel towards you. Now, you can't see anything.
Nope. Yep.
So...
exactly how I planned. It sounds like it's going to be really scary. So.
These little footsteps. What I will say is that the footsteps start walking. They come to this sort of slightly bigger area where there's the sense that, the air moves slightly differently, and the footsteps pause. They're basically in front of you. And just in the pitch darkness, a little voice just says, "Oh, fuck!"
Oh my.
Would you like to do anything?
Oh man.
I don't know. Does it sound like it's coming from like my height or slightly higher?
Smaller.
Smaller.
This is what I prayed for.
What do you mean? Why was there a question mark on smaller there for you, Fiona? Like you don't know what this is.
This is what I prayed for.
I will be like, and I just slowly, like shakingly, light my candle and see what's there.
Methane catches. The sewers explode. Eddie is dead.
A little flickering flame, first on the match, and then against the candle, and you like just get enough light to see this dirty blonde hair just spin round, and a tiny little face sort of. You see a very small, very dirty chimney sweep, looking first shocked and then angry. Freddy points his fingers at you and goes, "You!"
Oh! I douse the candle. Douse the candle.
I would like you to roll to get out of the way of
Oh no!
of Freddy, who's
no.
trying to grab you.
Oh no!
Okay. I think this is flight. We're very close together.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably an 8.
Okay. I have a D8 plus 1 for flight. The 7 plus 1 is 8. I meet it.
Okay. You feel him go past you, right? Like as you kind of like step through to one side, you feel where he's like going for the. It's dark again. We're just in pitch darkness. You hear him just sort of like hit against the brick wall. A moment of quiet again. Then like, "Come back here, you! I'm gonna get ya!"
I turn to think where to go, and I go, no. I turn back and I go, I'm better at your job. And I'm just going to tackle him to the ground.
Would you like to roll brawn? Are you trying to pin him?
Yeah,
He is a bit smaller than you.
he is.
I'm gonna. Ooh. I'm gonna say a 7.
Okay, I have a D4 in brawn, everyone, so...
Wow.
Okay.
No, that's a 2. So...
You leap onto him. That bit's not hard.
Yeah.
You both slide down a wall, but rather than a nice, neat haha, now I have you. You're both just sort of scrambling around in the wet.
Okay.
No, get off! Give it back! And you feel his hands start grabbing at your pockets and grabbing at your dress and pulling. Stop it! What are you doing? No, give it back! Otherwise, I'll get ya!
I don't see you try, and I'm again just fighting with him in the mud, literally just that, mud goes everywhere. I become Rambo in the mud.
You're a thief! You're a horrible, dirty thief! You're a dirty, horrible thief! You're a dirty thief! Get off me!
I sort of then let go, and I sort of sit back, and I go, "What are you doing down here? It's rude to follow people."
Well, if I don't follow people, how do I jump them in dark alleys and bring them to justice? I tried following the tall one, but I decided he probably didn't steal it. You probably stole it.
Stole what? What are you talking about?
Mam M's magic rock.
Well, I don't know anything about it.
Did you know? I have worked for Mam M since before I was born. I go back, and now she says, "Oh, you stole. Bring my gem back." And I said, "Oh, I didn't take it." And she said, "You said I took it." "Oh, that's funny. Isn't that funny that you went there and then you were there and then it wasn't there and then I did get given some sweets, which I did enjoy, but that does not get me my job back, does it?"
Oh,
The gem gets me my job back. Thank you. I know it was you.
Okay. It might have been in our possession briefly. I didn't know. I genuinely thought it wasn't. So I'm sorry.
So give it back.
I don't have it.
Why not?
I had to make arrangements to leave very quickly. I can only take a few things.
Well, I need it for my job because she don't believe me.
Maybe we could find a new job together. I'm looking for new places of employment.
I've been there since before I was born.
Yes.
It's in my blood. It's in my blood to be a medium assistant.
But there are other jobs out there. Like an urchin.
What do they do?
Oh, career path's brilliant. You can do what I do?
What?
I sit by a pond most days looking sad.
Oh.
How much do they pay you?
Well, it's not about the pay. It's more about the prestige and
The love of the art.
Yeah.
Do it for the exposure.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. Look, I'm sorry.
Can you put the light back on now?
Okay, you promise you won't hurt me?
Do you definitely not have it in your pockets?
I can show
Hiding.
you. I can show you.
Okay. If you don't have it in your pockets, I won't try and get it.
Okay.
But I don't really like the dark.
Okay, well, me neither. And I light the candle again, but I was show my bag and my pockets and stuff and show that I've got a few bits and pieces, but nothing like the gem.
Can I have your doll instead?
Yeah, I probably don't need her anymore. I think you need it more than I do, and I give over Nelly.
Takes Nelly and just holds her, just hugs this little cloth doll.
So you're just down here in the sewers? Do you not have anywhere to go?
oh, this was my plan was to get my job back. So I thought, my mum said that there was a church lady what sent you. So I went round there, and then I saw
Miss Eleanor.
the tall boy, and I thought, I know, I'll jump him in a dark alley. So I followed him for a bit. But he didn't really go down any alleys, and then he went into a basement. But then there was a lot of shouting, and I didn't really like it, so I ran away. And then I went back, and then I thought, I know, you look more like a thief than he does anyway. So
Theo went. Where did Theo? Wait, you're saying he went into a basement and then there was shouting?
Yeah.
Is he okay? Did he?
I left.
We have to go. We have to go see if he might be there.
In the basement?
Yeah, if there's shouting.
Okay. Can I come with you out of the sewers, please?
Oh my god. And Eddie has a sudden realization that this Freddy is firstly 2 letters off Eddie. Secondly, it is Eddie to Will and Theo. And she realizes how awful it is.
Suddenly getting a real taste of her own medicine.
Look, you have to take me where this place is, okay? Because if Theo's in trouble, then I want to make sure we can save him. We can do it.
Does that pay well?
It's the best kind, okay? You get glory and honor, and you'd be like, I don't know, urchin royalty.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can you at least, maybe after that we go see Mam M and you can say, Freddy's not a thief. You can trust him to do good work for you as he has done all these years. More years than he's been alive.
Okay. Yeah. Look, and I will thinking about Pansy, I'll be like, look, shake on it. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, I will shake on it. You shake on it.
Okay. Oh, so clammy. Okay.
You're
so
kind
covered in.
Yeah.
You're
Quite
very
literally
damp.
dirty thieves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, go on. Show me how we get there.
He looks down one dark corridor.
Oh.
He looks
Oh no.
down another.
I'm pretty sure it's on
Corridor.
300 Holloway Road.
I know how to find Pansy. I've got a plan. Not
It's
Pansy.
not-
I'm Pansy.
You're Pansy.
Eddie.
I'm Eddie.
I found her.
No, I'm Eddie.
No, I'm Ed.
If I see Freddy like looking for him, like, oh, come on, and I'll grab his hand and keep going that same direction, and just with the light, it's like surrounding us, just go.
Okay, wonderful.
Do we reckon Freddy has any powers?
Is it being
Annoying.
is it being a
speaks to
wuss? Yeah.
Eddie's got the sky, he's got the sewers. He speaks to
Yeah.
the rats.
That's true.
Aww.
So sad.
You don't, as of yet, see any rats as you and Freddy holding hands, and Freddy also just like gripping tight onto Nelly with his other hand.
Can't believe you've done this, Shamini.
Disappear off down the tunnel. Meanwhile, Theo and Pansy and Will. Pansy. Describe the route there and what we sort of how are you taking them there?
I think as Theo knows where we're going, she's letting Theo sort of storm off, and is just sort of keeping pace, sort of maybe 6 feet back, just sort of just keeping up. Just sort of walking. She walks perfectly. She's very well dressed. She walks sort of almost skips through, and I assume Will is sort of. Are you trying to keep up with Theo, or are you hanging back too?
Kind of hanging back, and I think you sort of see him walking very hangdog. I think you see as well, like once the hat was taken off, he just has this sort of like mane of hair that he clearly has not looked after. He's kind of like running his hands through his hair and kind of not looking at anyone.
It looks nice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, it's just the hat was yeah.
You liked it.
It was a gift.
Who from?
It was, he just kind of looks up and like gestures with his chin.
Okay. Maybe one day he'll remember.
Yeah, maybe one day he'll remember again. And I think in that moment walks off from you, like doesn't want to be in this moment anymore.
Yeah, I think if there was a camera watching Pansy, you'd see her sort of furrow her brow at that and sort of have a thought as she says it. And then we'll just sort of, and then when they get close to the house, she will sort of run in front and go, I should knock on the door. You can hide if you like, but they'll be happy to see you. Mrs. Hearthmill is very nice.
Yeah, I mean, Theo, I don't know about you, but I've had enough of hiding. So maybe we just stand here.
Yeah.
As you approach the house, could you all just
No.
maybe just a little brains check, just a little
Good
like,
lord.
just maybe just a little,
Who's
little
got the
sort of
brain?
Brains. Why is it? Must it be brains?
What do we need?
What are we beating?
it could also be flight actually.
Oh, it's
You
flight.
know what I mean, it could be flight.
Sharper.
Yes, no, I
That's
think
an
actually it could be
upgrade for
flight.
me.
What do you mean? Why flight or brain? That worries me.
Yeah.
Do we wait? You tell us, and then we
I
roll.
will
Don't
tell you. I think you want a 7.
Okay.
Bloody hell.
Oh, my dice explodes on a 12.
Very
Nice.
nice.
That's gotta be good.
I am doing
So I got a
very well.
17 total.
Nice.
I only got a 9.
Shamini, is there
Yeah.
major consequences if I don't hit a 7?
No.
Great. Then I will not spend the adversity token
No,
to take it from a 6 to a 7.
No. I think, and to be honest, Pansy doing really well in this is probably the most important thing because Pansy's leading the way. You are sort of running up, and you know this street, you know this house, you know this area,
Very nice.
and you know that there are people there who aren't the normal people who loiter around these streets, and it just gives you pause. And as you look, you get the same sense that you did at the library, that there are people gathering around this house and waiting.
And it's not part of the plan.
No.
She just sort of looks and doesn't know how to deal with that at this moment in time, so just will stride up to the door.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah.
And Will and Theo, are you?
Well,
Following him.
do I, on a 9, do I see any
Yes.
of that?
Sorry, you do see it. Yes. Sorry, Will, you see it, but Theo, you don't.
I'm going to see her go and then say, actually, you know what? On second thought, Pansy, maybe Theo and I should just sort of take a little stroll around the corner. And once it's all clear, you let us know, yeah? Just because I feel like maybe, I don't know, it just feels as if it's a bit crowded. Do you know? Crowded? And he winks at you.
I agree. Maybe come back in a little bit when everything's better.
Less crowded. Yeah. All right. Theo, over this way. And he just sort of like walks off as like unsuspiciously as possible.
Please come back. This
We'll
time.
do, or maybe we won't. Who knows? For anyone listening. And then just walks.
I think Theo is like supremely confused by all this, having not seen it, but is like just kind of going along with it. It's like, what's wrong?
And then Will whisper to you as you go. Seems like the house is being watched. So maybe best that we, make ourselves visible.
By who? Who wants to watch a house like this?
All I know is that the library was raided by police. So
What?
maybe them. Oh, I didn't tell you that before.
No. No, you
All right.
conveniently left that out.
Here's the thing, Theo. I live a very rich and full life outside of my relationship with you. So yeah, sometimes I go on just.
Yeah, look, no one's trying to challenge. No one is trying to challenge the richness and fullness of your life outside of our relationship. But I think maybe telling me that your place of employment is raided by the police might have been top of the list of priorities.
Yeah, well, no, you know what? Yeah, fine. Yeah, probably it was. But I was worried about Eddie, okay? And that is number one. And number two is that, yes, my place of employment was raided by the police because it does seem as though Mr. Edward George was, in fact, an informant and he maybe has captured Jonathan Welsh as well or something. I don't know.
I knew those people were no good.
No,
They
because
never are.
actually,
All these
Mr.
people
Welsh is
there,
probably
it's
all
in
right.
the
Maybe.
sky.
No, because so you're wrong, in fact, because actually it's the one that we shouldn't have. You're wrong, okay? I don't want to explain it. You're just wrong.
Fine. So
Yeah.
what do you want to do? What are we going to do? We're just going to
Let's just
walk around the block?
Just walk around the block. Let's find ourselves somewhere where we get a little bit of a vantage point. Let's see if we can watch them watching us. Except hopefully they won't be watching us because they'll be watching the house. And then if we spot a moment, then we can get in the house without them seeing that we've gone in the house.
Shamini,
Yeah.
is there someone watching the sun basement area?
What's that?
Break into the house again.
It's just the
time
front
to
of the house,
come.
mate. It's just the front of the. Yes, like, look, there's a street. This is how houses work. There's a street. There's a door.
Let me explain.
There's a light well. It's right
Our
there.
domicile.
They're not-
I know,
not
but
like-
the light well
they've
could have
not
been
got
around the
binoculars
back of
looking
the
like
house.
that.
I don't know.
No, it's in front of the house.
Okay,
It's that
fine.
overflow library. Let's
But
go.
how funny would it have been
Um,
if we broke into the house for a
It
third
would have been very
time
funny, Bates.
through
Just so that you're aware, the first 3 episodes of this show, I attempted to break into the front of the house using that light well and failed miserably. each
Excellent.
time. Or succeeded, but in a way that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Excellent. I love it.
Okay, so that's a no-go. I think we need to find a back entrance, really.
That's I'm find somewhere where we can basically go a little bit. We can wait in here for a second, get a vantage point of them, and then make our way to some of the back end. Which we used the back entrance last time, I think,
That
didn't we?
was Lady Enderwick's house. You climbed
Yeah.
up
Yes,
the
it was.
roses. You've never
Sorry,
been
yes,
round
it
the back
was.
here, although Princess Cecily did do a flyby.
Oh, good. Not that I care. Well, so long as Princess Cecily did a flyby. What why don't you tell us what's around the back of the house, Shamini?
I will say that Will and Theo, you start to make your way round to the back. This involves, this street is Georgian Terrace, sort of overlooking Russell Square. So it's you're not just sort of snooping around the side. You're going to the end of the street, round, and trying to find sort of right little mews that connects up with some back gardens, yards that these houses have. So that's going to take you a little while. And while you're doing that, I will remind you of what you saw, just to help clarity, which is you got this vision. Oh no, you have a piece of paper in your pocket that was a receipt that you saw Mr. George. I think through it you saw Mr. George putting a cover over the boxes of guns, but then you also saw him reading this receipt that he pulled out of a jacket that had been left on the side in the library. And this
Oh, a
receipt
jacket.
had Mr. Jarnby's name on it.
Yeah.
And you sort of got that sense of Mr. George just putting some guns down. Oh, what is this? Ha ha! Except less comedically.
Let's come comedic.
But that was the basic gist.
Okay, cool. So, just so I understand, because I feel like there's a whole element that I have created because my brain is good.
That's what I wanted to
so-
clarify.
Yeah, no, and useful. So I see the receipt for the guns.
No, sorry. No, it's not the receipt for the
Oh.
guns. It's just
Oh.
I can't remember if
I thought it was the receipt for the
I
guns.
thought it was the receipt for the
indicated
guns.
what it was for, actually.
Fine, okay. So there's
no.
there's entirely separate to the guns.
Sorry.
Oh,
George
My
Edward goes.
apologies.
wait. So what the
Here's-
fuck's the receipt showing?
I don't know if I said, but I think it's a receipt for some money or funding.
Funding.
I think
of some
I
sort.
think it's a
Fine.
I think it's a
An
funds have
IOU
been
type
transferred
situation.
And then he's used it to get
from
guns.
essentially Mr. Jarnby to Jonathan.
Okay.
Again, to be cool, I thought it was. I don't know.
Have you
Again,
been
to be
subtle,
clear,
Shamini?
I may have been too subtle.
And we've gone, yes, Jambi has
Hey,
guns.
Jarnby bought them guns, is what I was like. Got it.
No.
I
Like,
was gonna say,
True.
you
I
can
have not
take
been
this
clear.
opportunity to back out and say it is a receipt for guns.
No, I'm going to explain. I'm going to say that Will realizes what the GM was trying to explain.
Yeah.
Which is,
Mr. George is a mole.
Yes.
Yep.
He has been trying to find out
Mhm.
who all of Jonathan's secret contacts are,
sure.
who is funding the
Right.
network.
Yeah.
Right, because he did ask me in the first
He did ask you
episode
that.
where the address of the
So
person was that I was
now
going to.
There was going to be a big party that night that they were bringing in food for, and that
guns.
Jonathan had gone to bring people to, i.e., people that the police might be interested in arresting. So the guns were a setup.
Oh, so Jonathan is bad too.
No, Jonathan
No,
doesn't know.
Jonathan's
anything about it.
good.
You don't know
Okay.
this,
Jonathan,
but,
well,
but,
we
like,
don't, yeah,
Oh,
we,
yeah,
we
yeah,
can't
Will
draw
doesn't
that
know
from
this,
conclusion
but,
from
like,
that information.
Mr. George basically planted guns there so that when the
Yes.
police raided, everyone there could be arrested.
Oh,
Understood.
Because
I thought
otherwise
they
all
actually
they're
were
going
getting
to
guns.
find is political information, and it wasn't enough. He needed
That's-
something to
solid concrete.
something
yeah.
solid to arrest
Got
them.
it.
And
makes
the
sense.
finding of Mr. Jarnby's name is merely what Mr.
Because he had no idea John B was actually involved. Yes.
Right, and that's
Well,
why
he
he was
doesn't
asking
know,
you
like,
earlier.
yeah, he was just like, who's giving you
Who's
money?
funding this?
Where's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
money coming from, Jonathan?
Jambi gives you guns. Like, no!
Okay.
I generally thought Jambi was
Sorry.
arming the library
Yeah,
people. Like
that's
that's
what I thought.
generally what I
That
thought. Yeah.
would, that wouldn't
So-
have been unreasonable. But that is not, in fact, in this case. What happened. Like that would have also
Well,
been
look, you
fine.
just told us that
Yeah,
that,
no,
that
that is
he's
also fair.
getting superpowered children to march on
And
the House
Westminster.
of
I did.
Lords.
Yes.
say that.
Um,
He is in fact arming.
People
He
with
is creating
children.
a sort of armed militia,
Yeah,
as it were.
yeah.
It's just
That's
the
why I
armed
wasn't
militia
surprised about the
Just
guns.
Guns,
Yeah.
yeah.
of
Exactly. I was like, yeah.
children.
Yeah, it's just that Jonathan Welsh isn't.
Yes, Jonathan Wells
Yes.
is chill.
Okay. That does.
It's
that
not
does
He's a
that
cool
make
he
dude.
wouldn't. It's just that
Unless
he
he's
did.
not.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that he wouldn't. It's that he didn't. Exactly.
But Jonathan Wells seems like a cool dude.
Yeah.
Thought you might think that.
Okay, so
so-
wait, with
oh,
this new information,
Sorry about that.
do we really feel like we shouldn't just go up to the front of the house?
I think with the information, I'm assuming the people watching are going to be the police.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
So with that, I don't necessarily. Oh, I get.
Oh, I should not have
Well,
gone up to the house.
Okay, you know what? Let's put it this way.
I love it.
Will is going to say to Theo,
Yes.
"All right, look. Fact of the matter is, if they've seen our faces once, they've seen our faces already. It's probably the cops. Let's just get in there, and then be alert because this place might get raided at any second.
Well, they ain't seen my face yet.
All right, then maybe you stay out here, and maybe I'll go in.
Well, why don't you just ask if they've got a back entrance somewhere? You've already been seen at the library. They know about you.
Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, maybe I've done this in a slightly roundabout way. And I'm just gonna go to the nearest entrance.
Pansy's long gone by this point.
Yeah.
Pansy is no longer there as you will arrive at the front door and go, you know what? I need to get into this house again.
I don't have time to not go to a place that we're trying to go to, you know?
No. And Will loves coming to... Can I just check? You do want to use the front door this time, Will?
I mean, unless I can find the back door easily, I'll go through. The
I hear
back door
there's a light well.
There is a There's an overflow library. Let's go with the.
Oh, but imagine how funny it would be if the light well wasn't on the front of the house.
For all that.
We're gonna go with the front door for now,
Okay.
and we're gonna leave it there until we find out what is going on already in the going on side of this house. Pansy's just Pansy's already there. And we are going to take a short break, but before
Cool.
we take a short break, we are going to have our lore drop section.
I've just lost all your faces. Where have you gone?
Hello?
Lost
You're
video
all here.
min.
Can you hear
Oh,
us?
here it is. No, I can see you all. It's just I moved my screens around and I lost the.
Okay.
Yeah. But I see you now. Hello.
We have a
Lore
very
drop.
special lore drop today. Oh, and we've got Emily Bates.
Hi.
She's going to drop some lore about a very interesting topic. What have you got for us?
I'm going to talk about juvenile crime.
Crime,
But
crime,
Oh,
but in Victorian England, because with like urchins, like there's been some crime going on. We've been doing particularly you lot have been doing the crime, and Pansy's
hang on.
plotting some crime, and maybe slightly intense crime. Who's to say? But
Have we done
if-
any crime?
you've stolen
Well, I
things.
killed a man, so.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
No, I didn't kill
possibly
him. I wounded the
murder.
man.
Yeah,
Half
no,
killed.
right, no, yeah, fair.
But I wanted to look into because with you've got like Oliver Twist and Fagin and the Artful Dodger and everybody. You've got that kind of
Yep.
vibe of Victorian England. I think it's generally assumed that there must have been all these child gangs running around pickpocketing
That is
people
what
constantly.
I assume. That's what
Right.
this whole show is based
And
on.
yes,
Don't
and
ruin my whole
I just wanted to look at whether it actually was a thing or whether it's been overblown for dramatic effect because Oliver's such a popular thing.
What would the collective noun of child
I'm
gangs
hearing
be?
you.
Would it be like a twist of child gangs?
Oliver.
Or like a
Fagin.
Fagin of
Yeah.
child gangs?
Artful of
An artful
Yeah.
an artful dodge. And but so it was actually a thing. There were, but it looks like Dickens probably turned the notch up a little bit, to sort of make it a bit more. But Britain was genuinely, and it actually maybe more the newspapers and the media of the time maybe exaggerated it a little bit. But there was this
No.
general I know, imagine, never would
The
happen. today.
British press. Never.
Tabloids lying
I mean,
to get Middle England in a rage about something that's not really a problem.
literally unheard of. But people were generally quite spooked of the idea of these street gangs in the 1800s, and there was sort of industrialization was kind of messing with traditional family structures, and there was an apprenticeship system, so lots of kids were ending up unchaperoned in places, and they became quite easy targets for exploitation by these people who formed these gangs, the Fagins. And the media obviously loved it. They were putting all these sensationalist stories about young pickpockets. They called them ladsmen. The people running the gangs were called ladsmen, and they were the ones training the kids.
Oh,
And they were sort of saying they were these criminal captains. They sort of talk about in some of the papers that I found. And one 1837 report even said that there was a lodging house with about 20 boys and girls, all under 16, all going around just picking pockets. So it was a thing. And one of the things that they were most commonly found to be stealing were handkerchiefs, because they're really easy to steal. If you can just grab it, you can just whip it out, and they were made of these expensive silks and fabrics, so they were actually selling for a really good amount of money. And there's a load of court records backing it up. Over half of pickpocket trials at the Old Bailey involved defendants under the age of 20, and silk handkerchiefs were the main thing that people were put on trial for.
Wow.
And so then the law kind of got involved and were like, right, how are we gonna try these children? And until the mid 1800s, kids as young as 7 could be tried as adults. So there were even cases of kids being sentenced to death for felonies like pickpocketing, but in practice there aren't any records of a kid actually ever getting the death penalty. There was a really cool quote. Oh god, where is it in my notes? They were normally commuted, so they were sent away to Australia to go to the penal colonies and things like that. But where is it? Hang on, there's a really good line. I'll find it later. But then in 1847, there was the Juvenile Offenders Act, which brought in special courts for children under the age of 14. And 1854, the Youthful Offenders Act, which was like reform schools and things and places to send kids under the age of 16 to serve their kind of term rather than being sent to like an adult prison with like adult criminals. So yeah, and that was sort of more what it became. It became like prison-like schools rather than sending them to Australia. And then over time, sort of philosophy shifted much more to like reform and education and discipline and things like that. But still pretty harsh, probably by today's standards. But yeah, they were a real thing. These kid gangs, they did exist. They did run around, and at times children were sentenced to death, but never actually killed. So that's nice. Isn't that fun? It's not as fun when you read the real stuff, because you're not like they're not all singing songs and being like you got to pick a pocket and like swooping under the arms, being like basically preyed upon by these guys, being like I'm gonna get a load of kids because they got nimble little fingies, and maybe we should be cutting the ankles of tanners,
I was requested, maybe there'll be some chimney sweeps in this series. Was it one of our sort of session 0 ideas? And like looking it up, I was like, oh no. Oh no.
This isn't good.
So sad.
Don't send the children. Oh dear.
Our society does not actually think children deserve to like have their innocence, and instead it's like you're just a worker, but small.
Real dangerous. So small, so dangerous. But Freddy's fine and is having a fun time with Eddie in the sewers. And what you do? We've got sewers, we've got chimney sweeps. It's the fun tropes of London.
I found what the judge said in one of the cases, which was the thing I was thinking of. So there was 2 13-year-olds and a 12-year-old who were convicted of burglary in 1821, and they would have been sentenced the death penalty, but the judge recommended to mercy on account of their youth, which was the phrase that they would say, and then they would be sent to Australia. Apparently the last execution. Oh, but then it said they didn't get killed. But maybe. Oh no! So the last execution of a juvenile in England was probably that of John Anybird Bell at Maidstone in Kent in 1831, which really doesn't seem that long ago. A 14-year-old who committed a cold-blooded murder of a 12-year-old boy during a bungled robbery.
Did she disappear for all of you, or just me?
No, she's still here.
But that was. Oh, we've lost Folarin.
No.
You guys are fine. Keep going, Emily. We'll sort it out in the break.
Hello, Folarin. You're back. Hello. Yes. Did you hear my thing? Anyway, by the 1830s, around 5,000 prisoners. I've just found the page that I had. There's cool things on here that I didn't put in my notes. The 1830s, each year, around 5,000 prisoners, some of whom were as young as 10, were carried by ship to penal colonies, and that's for all under 16s. Mad. Anyway, sorry, sad one, but interesting.
I will leave us with a cheerier note. We were talking about the wonderful British press at the beginning of that. A poem that my partner told me recently by Humbert Wolf, apparently. You cannot hope to bribe or twist, thank God, the British journalist. But seeing what the man will do unbribed, there's no occasion to.
Very good.
Hey.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Thank you, Humbert Wolf. And we will be back in 5 or 10 minutes to see what happens.
5 or 10, nothing in between.
10.
7.5.
Back here in 8 minutes. No, you didn't.
No, nothing.
4.5 minutes. We should let you know whether it's going to be a 5 or a 10.
We will not tell you. We're just going to come back at some point.
Thank you for sticking with us, and we'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
And we are back. Thank you for returning. Now, where were
If
we?
you have.
Where have you gone? Don't leave us. Don't leave.
Promise you'll come back.
People are always leaving.
Oh no.
Anyway.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
It's all going to be fine.
Pansy,
Hi.
I think that you have a key.
Oh.
Because the main reason I think that is because although, there are people whose job it is to open the door, it's
I go out sometimes, you know?
sometimes they aren't quick enough at opening the door because they're serving drinks somewhere else, and you're like, I just need. And then Miss Sophomore gets really stressed because she has to open the door, and it's like, Edmonton, come on, for fuck's sake, just there are not enough staff working here. So I think you have a key.
Okay.
And I think you can open the door yourself. And you head into the house. Where would you like to go?
I'd like to go to Mr. Jambi.
I think you head up, and he's probably in his study. I think he probably spends a lot of his time in his study.
Mr. Jambi?
I think the door is slightly ajar, and you just it creaks open as you knock it. And I think he's sort of reading a book and smoking a cigar, and just pouring through. Yes. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Oh, the library.
Yes, you got told? Charles found you?
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Violet found you.
Did you sort it all out?
We got out, and I think most people escaped. There are people outside watching the house. I believe they're police.
Watching the library.
Watching here. They were watching the library too.
Watching this house.
Correct.
The police. Oh no. Oh dear.
I found the children.
Theodore. Yes. William, Edwina. You found them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're very lovely.
Are the police watching them too?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. So I think we should panic.
One of them's missing. We need to find her.
One of the
Eddie.
One of the children. You wouldn't find the children. The children is missing. The police are watching the house.
I need to borrow Violet.
Yes, we should be not in the house.
You seem stressed, sir.
Yes.
Okay, breathe in. 1, 2, 3.
This man
4,
is
and
useless.
hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you're already done. Oh,
I'm sorry, Pansy. I was still breathing.
Will was better.
William, you met William. Pansy,
Yes.
we have a situation.
Yes, sir.
We need to avoid arrest by the authorities.
Okay.
They will try and stop. Well, they will stop us. They will be watching us. We need to evade them. We need to remove documentation. He starts sort of collecting a few different books and notebooks from different places. He opens a locked drawer and takes some sort of scribbled notebooks out. Right. This relates to you children. We don't want them knowing anything about that. Of course.
Would you like me to take the stone, sir?
They can't find it. Oh dear, oh dear. You are very important. It is very important. You are very important.
I understand.
Everything we've built. This could be the end of it. If they...
What would they find?
We wouldn't be able to enact our plan if they're watching us.
They are watching. We have to do the plan, sir.
We have to get out of the house, and then we have to do the plan. You're right. You're absolutely right, Pansy. Pansy, you're always right. Of course. Tonight, we have to go. Yes. While we can.
Where are you going to go, sir?
Westminster.
The plan?
The plan, you
We're
said.
not ready, sir.
Well, I know, but when else? We can't wait.
We don't have all of them. You told me we needed all of them.
Well, we'll get them. But if we don't have all of them, then I believe in you. You are amazing with your powers. We can. The others. We have to get out of this house.
What about John?
John's safe.
But we don't have his powers.
We do.
You're coming too.
Well, yes.
You don't normally come out with us, sir.
This is what all this has been for. We're all part of it now. We have been given these gifts, and we will together make use of them, and we will change the world.
A better world.
Yes, exactly. We'll do what we can. Anyway, the others. Charles is here.
Sir,
Violet and Stephen are here. Yes.
can we talk to Beth?
What,
I'm
what
worried
now?
about Theo.
You found Theodore.
He doesn't remember her, sir.
Why not?
I don't know. I think it's his powers. I think that's what happens to him when I did what I do. I forgot things.
Well, you need to be careful. We need you to know what's going on.
I
We need
understand.
your mind.
But what if we need his powers? He's very strong.
Well, what can he do?
I'm not quite sure, but everything in the room sort of fizzed. The metal. I heard it.
All right. Promising.
They're scared of you, sir.
Who are? The police.
The children.
Which children? Stephen?
No.
Oh, right.
Theo, Will, and Eddie.
Theo, yes, Theo, Will, and Eddie, yes. Oh, why?
Why do you keep forgetting about them? They're important. You said
they
they're
are
important.
Yes, no. You finding them is them finding us, and then you finding them subsequently is changes everything. This will make things easier. What can the others do?
Well, Eddie, I believe, speaks to pigeons.
Oh,
It's very interesting. She'd love it here. When we get our room back.
that is actually fascinating. If we had time, that's all right. And William.
Will can. Not quite sure.
Are the pigeons sentient?
I'm not sure, sir. I don't have the power. She seemed to be talking to them.
They've been locked. I mean, they are God's creatures. Do they have souls? Does a pigeon have a soul? Are pigeons?
This feels like a big conversation that we don't really have time for, sir.
We should get out of this house.
Do we really want to do that?
Get out of this house.
Is it dangerous?
I think at this point, maybe Will. How are you?
I'm just ringing the doorbell,
I think at this point,
knocking on the
the
door.
doorbell rings.
That might be them, sir.
They shouldn't be here.
Well, they wanted to come see you, sir.
But
I
we
said
might-
you'd help them find Eddie.
We might get arrested.
I need to borrow Violet, sir.
Yeah, well, could we all go with Violet? We all get out of the house together.
To find Eddie.
Because she is lost, yes. Yes, we should find William and Theo and Eddie and then go to Westminster.
I feel like we're going to end up babysitting you, sir. I don't know why I feel that.
You stay home.
This is fully like Wizard of Oz style, man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Fuck
is
is
this?
going on?
No.
Look, sir,
Yes.
I like these three.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
They feel like they could actually be my friends.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And you're not going to ask me to do anything to them.
Well, nothing. They're not going to get hurt, Pansy.
I know, but you're not going to ask me to do anything they wouldn't like.
I hope
Like
not.
John.
Pansy, do you... The plan, Pansy? You do...
Yes, it's important, sir.
You do know how important it is, though, right?
It's the most important thing, sir.
It has to be. It has to be more important than you or I or John or anyone. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yes. Yes, of course.
I'll meet you downstairs. Fetch the others.
Okay. And she will run out the room and start banging on doors and be like, "Time now! We're moving! Get your things!"
William, the door opens. There is a butler standing there.
Oh no! The final boss!
Edmonton, don't be mean! Let them in! Edmonton!
What? Oh,
Why, do come in. Welcome.
much appreciated. Thank you so much.
You came back!
Yeah, well, I did say I was gonna come back, probably. So, yeah.
We're going to leave.
All right. Was it something I said, or
The police are watching the house, so...
yeah, the police are watching the house.
But
what
first,
did
Will...
John B say?
Oh,
what did
yes,
John be
no,
saying
I
about-
can borrow Violet. We can find Eddie.
You're gonna have to explain
Violet!
what that means.
Move!
What do you mean? How can Violet find Eddie?
Oh, I think with you and her together, we can see where she went.
Okay. You know what? Fine. I haven't got any more questions. Just let's do it because.
Violet, hurry up!
Oh my
I am-
gosh! All right.
I
you're
am
a very
hurrying.
loud girl.
And I am here, and I've hurried because you say jump, and I've jumped. Look, I'm jumping. Okay, calm the heck down. Just be calm, and then we can all jump together.
I think you're the one who needs to be calm, Violet.
You
Hold
need
my
to be calm,
hand.
will you-
Do it.
Ah.
Will, please.
Yeah. All right. In for a penny.
And I will channel their powers together. And I don't know if you want me to do this or whether you want them to both experience it. I kind of like the idea that they both experience it. And I will use Violet's water powers and channel it with the memory powers of Will and try and get them to go through the water of the city and see if they can spot Eddie. So like going down the Thames, and I'm hoping that that might lead them into the sewers.
Oh, where might it go?
Maybe.
Can't get away from any of you.
No,
Surveillance.
you never
Surveillance.
will. You never will.
We have the Victorian equivalent of "Find My Friend."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh
actually,
my-
sorry, not the Victorian equivalent. We have the supernatural equivalent.
Yeah,
of
yes.
"Find My Friend."
In Victorian times, they could have done this if they tried hard
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
Find my sewer friend.
Yeah.
Find my sewer friend.
Sewer friend. Okay, you are doing something very wacky and new here.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something unconceived, which is a technical term from the book.
No.
And I'm also going to say pretty large.
Yeah.
City
I'm
wide,
expecting to
Jesus.
take both of their
Yeah.
full whack. And so you will see as she grabs the hands, she just goes and takes a very deep breath in when she takes hold of Violet's hand.
Shibble.
Okay.
This is you need to hit a 14 for this to work.
Bloody
Jesus.
hell.
Yeah. On D6.
So who's rolling? Am I just rolling, or who's rolling this?
What I'm gonna
Your call, Sean.
I think Pansy is rolling this.
If you're combining both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is wild.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. That makes
As
sense.
many
14.
You have
Yeah.
as many D6s as you think it will take to hit a 14.
And I can just roll as many as I want.
You can just roll as many
Well,
as you want, but
you
you might.
But
can.
there are consequences
You
You can.
shouldn't.
for that.
It's worse. Like the more D6s you roll.
I would suggest more than 4 is probably unwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do one for each of them, one for me, and a bonus one for fun.
There we go. 4
Okay.
makes sense.
Or yeah.
That is averagely lower
But it
than
can
I
happen.
need it to be.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you
luck.
could do 5.
Oh,
But,
hang on, let me just
you
look
know,
at all my. Hang on, let me look at my skills.
I'm thinking about the power chart that we have, and on 5, I feel like bad things happen.
The
I mean-
average roll
5 was the
of
threshold for bad things.
the average roll of 4d6 is 14.
Okay, let's fucking do it.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay.
Four.
I always like Pansy.
2 of the dices have a 2 on them. The other 2 have 6s on them. That is 16. Oh. I just saw the 2s and was like, oh.
Whew.
Oh boy, Pansy. Oh boy. Okay.
She's holding her breath very.
Yes, she is. I think, Will, I'm going to describe to you what you see and feel. That is your part of the power there. I think, to anyone watching, I think Pansy's lips are turning blue. Pansy is not breathing right now.
I just tried to do it. I was like, don't
Try and do it.
No, don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't
don't
do
do
it,
that.
Emily.
Don't do that.
Don't.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Rotate.
Don't do that.
Don't do it. William, you see, you sense water of various different kinds, and it's like you get the sense that this is what Violet's power involves, and it's like you're getting the vision off water, even though there is no water here. But there is water. There is water everywhere, and you can sense it. And one image comes into clarity. And the water here, there is a lot of water here. But there is also steam. It's loud, it's in the air, the water is moving, the water is active. You see Eddie standing in a room, and it's kind of beautiful. It's got red columns. It's got arches, decorations in red and green and gold, and it's got machinery. It's got this rhythmic heavy sound. Steps, levels, a big wheel, pistons moving up and down and in and out. And you have this really specific image of exactly what it looks like, and Eddie is standing there. But you do not recognize this place, and you do not know where it is. And I think there is a lot of emotion in this whole space, and you can't tell whether it comes from Eddie or others, multiple people, but there is fear and there is anger. And there is desperation. And as you see that vision start to disappear in the steam that you're seeing it through, I think Pansy collapses on the ground next to you. And it is gone.
Will sort of takes a second to shake it off. I think bracing himself for a wave of emotion that he sort of only feels like it passes through him. Because it goes all to Pansy, and I think he immediately drops to his knees and just sort of starts sort of patting her cheeks, just trying to see if he can get any kind of response from her. Pansy? Pansy? Would love it if you were awake right now.
We will pause there. Theo.
Should we take a little break?
No. Someone should be on the baby night plot situation. Are you still looking for a back entrance, Theo? Oh, I can't hear you.
You are muted.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Are you in a rush?
I mean, this situation seems relatively dire.
Roll me. I feel like this could be flight because you're kind of evading the trouble to get in there. I feel like it could be grit because you're kind of ignoring the stress of the situation and solving the problem.
I'll do grit.
And I think I'm gonna say a 7. Because I love the number 7.
I'm going to spend an adversity token and take half for 10.
Lovely. You find your way through some little cobble streets, through areas where servants' quarters open out onto, and I will say, with all of your various skills, scaling a couple of walls and fences to get into some back gardens is not really an issue for you. And I think there's a moment where you're like, okay, well, I know which house it was from the front, which house it is from the back.
Mm-hmm.
But the cooing of pigeons settling down for the night probably gives it away and guides you to the right place. And you see a little yard, not really well tended. A gardener is not employed, with an aviary on one side against the wall, and you can't really see. It's pretty dark, but you can hear birds shuffling around in there.
I'll kind of come over to that area. Can I just get a quick look at the birds?
You can look at the birds.
I'm looking for anything out of the ordinary. Look.
What would you like to roll for looking for anything out of the ordinary?
It's free country. Look at birds if you like.
Not Fiona. I'm allowed to look.
I'm allowed to look.
Could I sell you on grit that I'm very grittily looking at?
Grittily looking at like
Cool. Look at that bird. Whoa.
Whoa, what a great bird.
Bird.
Oh, great pair of
He
tits
is, in
there.
fairness, there's a real brooding energy to the way that he's looking at the bird.
I suppose what I'm looking for is I'm looking if there's anything untoward happening to these birds. If there's anything like that, I'm not looking for particulars. I'm not looking to know like the specific patterns of the bird. I'm just looking to see if there's any obvious manipulation of the birds.
I am going to have to go for a short break because Baby Nightbot shall not be settled. So I'm going to go tend to them and leave you to.
We can
hang for a little
entertain.
while. Yes.
All right,
Oh,
Urchins, let's get
I've got
let's
a
get
plan.
ready for that
Song
action
time.
number.
Well, should we talk about what is going on currently in the West End right now? They've had to cancel all the shows because of a massive power outage.
Really?
It's press night of Evita, and apparently, I'm not sure if that's been cancelled. But basically, my friends are all just sending messages being like, they've cancelled Mincemeat, they've cancelled Hercules.
Wow.
Evita went up late. Lion King restarted with no automation. Yeah,
Really
just massive
quickly,
power
can I
outage.
just
Tina
say,
cancelled.
I got to see Evita the other day. What a motherfucking show!
Is it
I
good?
got tickets. I'm so
Is
excited.
it good?
Unbelievable.
Can we go stand and watch the balcony
It
bit?
was so good. Oh, I'm going back to see the balcony bit.
Can we go? Can you let me know when you
Oh
go?
my
I want to
God.
go. I
We
want
should
to go.
tell
Yeah,
people
yeah, 100%.
about it so that they know what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
That's
No, that's not. And also, that's not the bit that she's singing.
Oh, is it not? Which
no,
bit's she
Still Cry
doing?
for Me, Argentina.
Tina,
Oh.
yeah.
I like them.
Well, we are talking about Evita, which is the musical about the life of Eva Perón, who's the spiritual leader of Argentina,
First lady.
uh,
Wow.
and the first lady.
Mhm.
It is currently on in the West End. Rachel
Starring
Zegler, sorry, is playing, and like unbelievable. This production is just mind-blowingly good.
Also,
And
back when Weber could actually write a good musical. And
And
this is the one Lloyd Webber show that I will pay money to see.
I
mean-
also think Phantom is a work of art. Stolen. lots of the songs, but-
here is what I will say as well. Even because there are moments where like the Webberiness kind of comes through, and you're kind of like, I don't know how much I would love this if the production were not like the arrangements.
It's Jamie Lloyd, isn't
the
it?
voices. Oh, and Jamie Lloyd has thrown it down. It's fucking good. It's so good. Everything about it, like every single member of the cast is unbelievable. The voices, choreography.
Who is
like,
playing
it's
Shay?
phenomenal.
Is it a name or is it just?
Diego.
I don't think it's a name.
I can't remember his last name. He's a theater guy from the States. I believe he's from Texas.
Ah.
The I don't know. We haven't mentioned this. The big bit that we're
It's unbelievable.
referencing is
Sorry,
the
yes.
balcony bit,
Yes.
which is every night or during every performance of the show, Rachel Zegler comes out on the public-facing balcony out front of the London Palladium and performs the iconic song from the musical "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina" to an amassed crowd of the public.
Incredible.
While the performance is being streamed into the auditorium for the paying
So
guests,
good.
and it's
so
good.
good.
That's what she did. She
It's
spoke to the
so
people,
good.
not
She
to
spoke to the
the
people.
posh people.
This is
Like,
the
oh,
thing.
it's perfect.
And exactly that, right? Practically, because we are there, like we are very much seeing the sort of rise of this woman, and we are the elites and blah blah blah. So like her performing to the public, phenomenal. And it's this remarkable thing because obviously they have these like live cameras. So we're literally seeing like
So
people with
cool.
their phones out, like recording her, and then they have multiple cameras so that they can kind of oscillate between
That's
sort
so
of
cool.
her, the crowd, a couple of people from the cast who are also outside at that moment in time.
Incredible.
It's unbelievable. And the thing about Rachel Zegler is, how does she sound like that? It's unbelievable. Like I can't emphasize enough how every single person in that cast is ridiculous.
Excellent. I can't wait.
I
haven't got a ticket to it, but I want to go see the balcony bit for sure.
You gotta
Um,
get tickets relatively quick because it's only running
Limited,
for like 12
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. No. Oh.
I've
Anyway.
never been,
I'm going in
like
August,
when
I'm
that show
very-
finished, it was like a standing ovation for like a good maybe 10. I've never seen an audience
Wow.
more hyped in my
Wow.
like.
Wow.
It was because it was and like obviously I've seen shows with like bigger sort of celebrity casting or whatever and blah blah blah, and it's great, but this was a thing where it was like it's not Rachel Zegler celebrity. It's like no, every single one of you is such a phenomenal performer who's given so much.
Awesome.
Every single person in the creative team, again, choreography, orchestra, it's just so good. There were numbers that would end and we would just be like whooping and hollering.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
I've only ever seen one Jamie Lloyd, and I saw Romeo and Juliet
Oh
with
yeah.
Tom Holland,
Mm.
who was fucking sensational as Romeo. Like,
Surprised me.
genuinely, because I went in being like,
Mm.
I don't know, and like I had a couple of issues with the actual whole thing and how they did it. First act, I was really enjoying. I really liked how they blocked the first act with, because Jamie Lloyd, it's supposedly it's not
the
his
director.
thing. Jamie Lloyd
Yeah.
is the director. He does so he did Sunset Boulevard, he did this Romeo and Juliet, he did the recent Tempest. He doesn't seem to fucking stop. The cool
Keeley, he always has a celebrity front and center in the productions. He had it in Much Ado About
Yes.
Nothing, Tempest,
yes,
like you just said.
Tom Hiddleston and
Yeah.
Haley Atwell.
Haley Atwell.
Haley
But very cool thing about the Jamie Lloyd company, everybody on the show gets paid exactly the same amount. Whether
really
you're the
cool.
stunt casting or you're just in the ensemble, everyone is on exactly the same rate.
Really
That is
good
like a
that.
key
He's-
thing of his casting.
The company is also really good because what the tickets are sort of famously quite expensive, but the reason for that is that basically a system whereby the like sort of discounted seats and the seats for like young people and people sort of going through hardship are like super cheap. So it is the thing of like,
Oh,
actually they are
Yeah.
both the most expensive tickets
Yeah.
in the West End, but also the cheapest,
Yeah.
easily the
So-
most accessible.
By
sort
the way,
of
I'm
show.
enjoying this theatre lore drop that we're doing, like unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Everyone was prepared for this.
This is what we should always do. Like, I should just so me and
What's
for people who
latest
don't
in
know,
West
a little
End?
lore drop about me and Folarin, and is me and Folarin met doing musical theatre. That's 15 years ago, we realised, because we're old. We're
Wow.
old, Folarin.
Yeah.
And we were doing West Side Story.
Wow.
But yeah, no. So Romeo and Juliet, I actually didn't like the second half because I feel like he gave up directing halfway through. And you know who else was in it? Freema
Argument.
Argument. Oh my god, she played the
Everyone
nurse.
pronounced her name differently. Great.
I don't actually know the correct way to pronounce her surname.
I have hey,
Folarin? You're waving your hands, so I'm gonna with Freema.
I don't know.
Phenomenal. Martha from Doctor Who. And she was brilliant. I think she won an award for it, and I hope she
That
did
surprised
because
me.
I did hear she was amazing. Multiple
Yeah.
people told me she. Yeah.
like there were other people in the cast who I was like, not quite sure what you're doing. And Mercutio was so fucking
Who did she
good.
play? Who did Freema play?
The
nurse.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. And like having a younger nurse being like just wanting to protect this child.
Yeah.
And they played Romeo and Juliet like proper
Mm.
teenagers, which I'm always
Oh
here
no.
for. And like,
Yeah.
because they are stupid babies. Like that's the point of
Yeah,
Romeo and Juliet. They're stupid babies. And-
Quickly, because I can see Shaman's coming back. So
No,
when
we're talking
when
about-
when did the interval happen for Romeo and Juliet? Did it happen when they send Romeo away?
Yes. So after Tybalt's death. Yeah.
So
yeah.
so I saw Romeo and Juliet in the park recently, and they had the interval, no joke, after Romeo and Juliet got married. And I was there going like, imagine if you left just now and didn't
You're like,
see-
well, that was nice.
Nice. Oh, they got married.
And then
Oh, lovely. The end.
after.
I was there going like, wait, is
No
that
more.
not one more scene?
No, I'll just say my one big gripe with it, because it was a big gripe. And Jamie Lloyd, if you're watching, this is what you did wrong. At the end of Act 1, when they have the fight with Mercutio, Tybalt, Romeo, Benvolio are all there. They had all four of them just facing the front. Like they didn't do any like fighting. They just had them all saying their lines out, like screaming them out straight to the audience. There was a lot of just out to the audience, like Sunset. And then they did like big loud noise, complete blackout. They turned off the fire exit signs. And then when the lights came up, one of them would be like covered in blood and like dying on the floor, right? So they set the thing that like when people die, they are covered in blood, dying on the floor. Like if you
A
are getting
classic.
stabbed,
You can't leave a
classic.
Jamie Lloyd show unless someone's covered
Correct.
in liquids.
And then we get to spoilers for Romeo and Juliet, the end, where suddenly they're like Juliet's not dead. She's lying there like all asleep with her little potion, and everyone's like, "Oh, Juliet's dead." Romeo gets confused, comes in, and he's like, "No, she's dead. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I know. I'll drink this poison that I've got." Lovely, I'll die. So he drinks the poison, and we haven't seen a poison death at this point. And what he does, because they're all wearing mics that are like here on their mouths, so you can hear all the breathing that they're doing, because they're doing film acting, but they're doing it on stage. And I actually quite liked it. I thought it was actually really cool. But and then what he does, Tom Holland just peels his microphone off, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, he's dead. I was like, bit weird that we're doing symbolic death now when we were doing very literal death earlier, but I'll let it go because he's died by poison. And he then sits down rather than lies down dead. And at this point, I'm like, okay, it was a choice, but fine. We want to look at Tom Holland's face a bit more. I understand. And then Juliet is like, I'll kill myself because my boyfriend's dead. And she gets, we assume, is a dagger. She does not have a dagger. She just does this with her hand. And I don't know if she forgot the prop. But whatever happens, there is no dagger. And maybe other people saw a dagger. I don't know. And then she stabs herself. And then she just peels her microphone off and then sits down next to him. And I was like, well, when people got stabbed earlier, they were very, very bloody. And I couldn't get away from it. And I just didn't like the ending. And it really annoyed me because I really enjoyed the whole production up until that point. There's a bit where Tom Holland's on the roof of the theatre, like doing... which bit is it? I can't remember. Tom Holland was fucking excellent, and the girl playing Juliet was out of this world good. It was an amazing cast. Sorry, Shamini, we got excited about Jamie Lowe Productions and theatre.
Just to be clear, the dagger was deliberately omitted. I just looked it up.
Why? Does it say why?
No, it's just in a review. It's just yeah.
Does it say, is this a dagger I see before me?
Oh,
No.
No, literally no, it's
What?
not.
Oh.
Right.
So
Meanwhile,
we're Hamlet.
back to
Anyway,
Hamlet
shall we play the
murder.
game?
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're back now.
We're back. The baby's
I'm
just-
grittily
Yeah,
looking
as
at
well.
birds.
Look, Zack, I don't think you're grittily looking at birds. I would like you to either brainily or charmlily look at birds.
Charmily, interesting.
I think you charm
Wink.
the pigeons. I think you could, think about the pigeons. I don't think you could outstare.
I think you can try.
Sad that
Play a
Shamini
game
left
of
and had
pigeon
time
with
to
the pigeon.
reflect on her
I,
decision.
I,
That's what it
I
was.
made the decision before I left.
No,
Zack.
no, but
And then
actually,
play a
it's
game
this
of
whole time.
chicken
It was never
with
gonna
the
be great.
pigeon.
All right, I will
I would like you to
charmily look
roll-
at the birds then.
Yeah, I would like you to roll somewhere between a 3 and a 9, so it's kind of a tiered.
Well, good news. I
Kind of
just
a
rolled a 6, which explodes,
Great.
Fuck yeah!
Oh,
and a 5 for 11.
Amazing. You know all there is to know about these pigeons.
Yeah.
Right. These what did you choose? Charm or
Charm. I
charm?
charmed these birds.
Okay.
Whoa.
These birds look like they are very nicely bred birds. You know, they look like they're expensive pigeons. Like
Mm.
someone has bought some expensive pigeons. Then someone has maybe lost interest in their pigeon breeding hobby slightly and just sort of maybe some of the pigeons are interbreeding in ways that wasn't they don't got the pedigree anymore. They maybe go for slightly less money now.
we
And
cannot trust this man.
Yeah.
look,
This man is negligent.
no, the pigeons are fed and watered, right?
Do they look happy?
You rolled a 9.
No,
one
I
of-
rolled an 11.
You rolled an 11. Right, you rolled an 11. One of the pigeons is staring at you with interest. Who is this person? Why is he in this back garden? But then they lose interest because you're just a human.
Okay.
No one cares about humans. The other pigeons, do they look happy?
These
They look
pigeons
sleepy.
are
It's bedtime.
racist.
They're slightly racist and getting ready for bed.
But they seem
Fine.
well looked after. These pigeons aren't suffering.
They're not suffering, no. No.
Okay, fine. Then I will go inside.
Okay. You find a door. It is locked. Shortly after it is not locked.
I was
You
gonna
have
say,
opened
yeah, shortly thereafter it becomes unlocked.
Yep. And you find yourself in a kitchen, just directly into a little sort of basement level kitchen.
Is there any food?
Not out because it's the night, but there definitely is food around. What
I
are
just
you
like-
after?
I don't know, just like a carrot or like a sandwich. I don't know. What do they got?
Those two things, the carrot sandwich. There's also things in jars. There's definitely bread. Probably make a sandwich.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna make myself a sandwich. I'll just grab that jar of pickles and like a fork of some kind, just because I've been casually just eating some food as I'm like walking.
This is the
through
new
house.
Theo. He just casually eats pickles now, with a fork. Okay, are you being sneaky?
No.
Are you being quiet?
No, I've been asked to come to this house by someone who lives here.
That's fair. That's fair.
I've been explicitly told to come to this house by someone who lives here.
I think as you just sort of stomp down the stairs, I think not down the stairs, down the
Up
corridor,
the stairs,
away from the kitchen. I
Yeah.
think like a door flies open behind you. And Mrs. Halfmel is like, "You're stealing my food again, Stephen. Now I told you." And like looks at you and is like, "Who are you?"
Theo.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
Go back to bed.
Well, I think I shall. But less of your disturbance.
Right, pip pip.
Closes the door again. Incredible. Pip, pip.
This is a new power that Theo's just unlocked.
The power of not giving a fuck.
The power of
Subsequent things
truly
happen.
feeling like I can be in a space.
This is my space.
I'm allowed to be in this space.
Yeah.
It's the power of being a wealthy cis het white man. You're just like,
True.
I belong here. This is
Oh,
mine, actually.
This is.
Theo just identifies as wealthy.
That's the shift that happened between episodes.
Amazing.
You slashed a man's tendons, you took his riches, now you're like, well,
I did
wealthy.
take some money off of him.
Oh,
That's-
yeah. What did you take? Was it a bag of gems?
I assume it was like a bag of gems and or coins
Yeah.
and or cash.
I
Like the
think it
pagan
was
bag, yeah.
Very expensive jewellery from the Hatton Garden job.
Yeah.
He really is a wealthy
Yeah.
man these days.
Yeah, it's a wealthy man. You make your way down the corridor, past the overflow library, up the stairs, and I think you come out into the hallway to see Will bent over Pansy, who's collapsed on the floor. You also see Violet, a girl with very big, unruly black hair. And I think probably coming down the stairs also is Charles. Have you met Charles? Yes, you've
Yeah.
seen him through a window.
Yeah, I did.
It's Charles.
You know Charles.
Yeah, he's a tall brown boy. And you also see Stephen, who is a little bit younger than you, and Ginger, and she's coming down the stairs as well. It's Stephen. You don't know it's Stephen, but it's Stephen. Hi, we met Stephen. And Pansy's unconscious.
All going well. And I'm just eating pickles.
No, it's not going well. Theo, coming out.
Yeah, fine. And I go down and help, I guess. But I put the pickles to one side. I leave the jar open for later.
Is she coming too, or do we need to like do a medicine type situation here?
Yeah, she's not coming too.
Oh bloody hell! Can I just can I roll brains to see like how she is, what's happening?
Yeah. All right. I just really like those numbers there.
Is it a 7?
No, it's an 8.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
sorry. I didn't mean to make it harder, guys, by guessing the actual number.
Bloody hell!
Can I help in some way?
Here's the thing.
I
That's
can
not
lend you
cocked
my
enough.
adversity tokens.
Yeah.
I literally got a 1.
Ooh. Well, looks like
And I
Will's
have a
also a murderer.
D20, by the way.
Oh, you
D20?
rolled a nat 1.
1.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, God.
I always like Pansy.
It was slightly cocked, but I think not cocked enough that I can justify re-rolling.
No.
Oh,
You
can't
don't
hear
know.
you.
Man,
We can't hear you,
Folarin.
Emily.
We can't hear you.
I thought have you muted yourself or something?
Just
Oh,
reload.
very weird.
No,
Nope.
reload.
No.
Hey.
Reload.
We're reading your lips, by the way. The reason why we could tell that you said, "What about now?"
Oh, it's all
Look, at
happening tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, at least as someone in chat's pointed out, at least you rolled well on pigeon knowing.
Yeah, we got
Oh
you.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
That's the
I
important thing.
always roll well.
Yeah, my dice spies me. So
Yes, Emily, what were you saying?
I think I was making a joke about Pansy dying.
Oh,
okay,
good,
yeah,
good,
right.
good.
Roll up your new character.
Yeah, good.
It was really quality content that you were missing out on there, everyone.
Damn it! And now the moment has passed.
I'm gonna look up at is it Charles? I know I've seen Charles. It's like, where is Jambi? Where is anyone who can help?
I think Charles looks up the stairs, and you see an adult man coming down the stairs, sort of laden with satchels and like just loose books. Probably, I want to say like late 40s, sort of relatively
Does he
average
look like
build.
a man who might keep urchins, and then lose interest in them?
Look, you've seen his overflow library. He's a nerd with some nerdy interests.
He's one of us.
I was gonna say.
No.
Jambi is me.
No.
I feel like I'm being read for filth here.
I'll just be. Are you Jambi?
Ah, yes. Hello.
One of your children has fallen unconscious. Please, could you help?
Okay.
Yeah, would be really appreciated.
I think he sort of continuing to come down the stairs. I think Violet probably at this moment. I think Violet steps in. I've done the reading, and
Your fucking power that's done it to me, Violet. Fucking dickhead. Just such a bitch.
and she's maybe familiar with some of the symptoms. I think Violet sort of takes charge of the pansy situation, and we're going to pause there, and we're going to jump some way away, sometime later, to the exciting adventures of Freddie and Eddie.
Oh,
So
no, I
it's-
don't like that.
Lord.
Don't call it that.
Fred,
Eddie,
Ed, and Eddie.
you are travelling for some time through the lovely sewers. The water level remains the same. There is no rising tide threatening to drown you, but it's just there in the back of your mind that if the water fills up, there's nowhere to go. It's summer. We're not really worried about flooding, but it's just there. It's just hard to shake. And as you're sort of leading Freddie along, sometime later, you finally, I think you've been listening out for signs of life, and you finally hear it. You finally hear something, someone, and it is humming. It's gentle, absent-minded humming. It's not a rat, it's a person. And you hear flowing water, and as you get sort of close enough to vaguely see, you see that there is a light there as well. And you see an old lady bent over where some water is coming down a side passage and rushing through a little grate. And she is dipping what looks like a sieve into the water and then bringing it up and sort of looking through, sorting through little bits of things that have been caught there, throwing it away, trying again, different sort of like sections of sieve and things that she's placed here to catch anything. And she hasn't noticed you. The water is running loud where she is.
Has she caught? Does it look like she's caught a lot of things, or is she just desperately just looking through stuff?
Not desperately, methodically, slowly. It doesn't look like she's finding much, but I think as you're watching, she maybe then sort of spots something like cleans it off in the water, looks at it, pops it in a little bag.
Okay, I see this, and I sort of turn back to Freddie and like, okay, I need you to be brave and cool, okay? Okay.
What?
Okay. You stay here.
You going without me?
No. I'm going to scout ahead.
Why do you get to go? Why don't I get to go?
Look. And I point to him and I say, look, sometimes we have to be apart for only a little bit, but then we always come back for each other. That's what being an urchin is all about.
That's my new job.
Yeah, it is. We also do this every so often just to really promise you, okay?
Okay, I'm going to stay
We'll work
here
on it. You
and
stay
not
here.
move.
Yeah, but I'll call for
But
you.
come
okay?
back. Oh, okay.
Well,
okay, you got
yes.
the candle though.
You take the candle. Don't worry. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just gonna check it safe.
Okay.
Okay.
Shh. Okay, check it safe.
I just sort of turn around. I just go. Eddie ages in like 30 years and then continues towards where this woman is. And I think, like, I just want to appear next to her, but as quietly as I can, and just go, hello.
I think she sort of freezes and then sort of carries on without quite looking, just sort of says, just the humming stops and she starts muttering, just my minding my own, no need to bother, just minding here.
I looks good what you're doing. Yep, top notes.
She doesn't look round at this point.
Oh, hi.
Hello, you're little.
Oh, you're old. Look.
I am.
That's very astute of me. Look, do you know a way out of these places? I got lost and I need to go find my brother.
Yes. I think you could go that way, and
Okay.
you could look for a ladder and come out.
Okay. What are you doing?
Just looking for gold, buried treasure. Sometimes you get buried treasure here.
I look down at her meager sort of things and go, good time today.
Well, the pirates sometimes have to dig through a lot of sand before they find pirates. I'm a bit like a pirate looking for gold.
Oh my god, that sounds like a such better career than urchin.
Yes.
You just take things and don't just live down here.
I don't live down here.
No, I didn't think you did live down here.
No, don't.
No.
Are you lost? Are you lost in the woods?
Well, in the sewers.
You should go back to your home, to the safe home.
Oh, well, that's the thing. It's that I've left home, so there's no home to go back to. So I'm trying to find a new home.
Oh, a little adventurer sitting out with a knapsack on a stick.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'm worried that I might have done it under ill-advised omens or irrational emotions. I might have, just thought I'd see how far I'd get, and this is how far I got.
Are you happy to have got this far?
I sort of look behind her where I can see Freddie, and I go, it's to be determined. I'm hopeful for a positive outcome.
One should always be hopeful for a positive outcome, because if one went through the story thinking that there wouldn't be a happy ending at the end of it, I'm not sure one would really want to continue.
I hope there's a happy ending. Like, I want to feel useful. I want to do something, and I want to just be helpful. I feel like maybe I haven't been, and I haven't seen things, and I should have done, and it got all caught up in here, and she points to her head, and maybe ruled by here, and points to where her heart is.
So what should you do instead?
I think at that point, she feels her bag. Can you read?
I can read. Not much call for reading, but I used to be able to read.
Wait. And I pull out Theo's notebook. Can you tell me what it says? It's important. I need to give it back to him. I took it and I shouldn't have taken it. I was mad and cross.
She takes the notebook and I think slowly, somewhat falteringly at first, starts to read out loud as if she's reading a storybook. Zack, what does she read?
She reads the slow and steady decline of Theo. The moments that he's forgetting when he's confronted with having forgotten something, he'll write it down to try and remember it, but never does. She reads scratched out attempts at him trying to remember what his last name is because he knew it for such a long time, and then one day he just didn't, and he couldn't remember what it was, and he knew that he had parents somewhere, but he didn't know where they were, and he didn't know how to get to them, and he didn't know their names, and he just kept forgetting things. And whenever he could find them again, either from people telling him or from piecing them together through context, he would write them down. And I just think you see him trying to justify it to himself and trying to paper over the cracks that are running very deep. And I think if one last thing is, and I don't know if even Eddie would pick up on this, but the tone gets angrier the longer it goes on.
Eddie is very quiet by the end. Thank you. Didn't seem that story had a happy ending.
Seems like a bit of a sad story, but maybe they didn't finish writing the ending yet.
Maybe I can.
Are you a writer?
No. It's a skill I've yet to unlock. Are you?
No, I never thought of being a writer. I do like stories, though.
Thank you. And I ask for the book back.
She hands it back.
Well, I better go save my brother.
Sounds like a wonderful story. Come and tell me the ending sometime.
Will you be here?
Here or... Here's a good spot.
Okay. What do I call you?
Well, are we friends? You could call me Margaret. You could call me Maggie.
Okay. Mags it is.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Yeah. Go safely through the woods.
okay. She's like looking around, obviously seeing in a very sewer. She goes, come on, Freddy, I found a way out.
Oh, there's another one. There's another little one. 2 little babes in the wood. Travel safely.
Okay. Right, I'll
Bye.
take Freddy's hand. I'll take Freddy's hand. I go, don't look back. Don't make a noise.
Oh my God, was that a witch?
It's a witch gonna get us! I don't know. I think she might have cursed my book. I don't know, but we're gonna keep going. Okay. Shut up. And yeah, goes towards the ladder.
All right. Freddie and Eddie, you find in the direction that she points a ladder, and you hear noise. This whole sort of area of the sewer, you hear something rhythmic. You hear flowing water. You hear something machinery pounding. And you begin to climb up the ladder.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we'll jump back. Russell Square. Violet is... I think she has checked Pansy's vitals. I think she's also slightly slapping Pansy in the face. Mr. Jambi is stumbling down the stairs with a large amount of books. Stephen and Charles are also there. And you hear very loud pounding on the door and someone shouting, "Open up! We need to speak to you!" That's where we're going to leave it.
No!
Yay!
Boo!
We didn't do the thing we were meant to do, everyone.
No, that's
Hooray!
We were told one
Fine.
clear
One
direction.
One job.
We're so close to getting there. I was like,
You know
Are we?
where.
Because the police just showed up.
I think the police are here.
Yeah.
that might do.
That might be to
True,
run away
but
quickly to the place that we need to go to, I think is what that police is.
It's possible.
Or
It's
we're all getting
possible.
arrested. Who
Or
knows?
we're all getting arrested. Haven't really. Yeah.
Maggie, Margaret, is she meant to be someone? Is that a cool little insert you've done? I was trying to work out if she was Mary Poppins.
In the sewers.
I don't know. She
Mary
goes in
Poppins can
paintings
show up
and
wherever
yeah,
children are in.
right.
That's true.
I
My
don't
bad.
know.
I don't
I
remember.
was
that
going to do
symbol.
something slightly more, but we ran out of time, so that's okay. Eddie needed someone to read her book to her, which she did.
I did.
Cute.
Do we think there's a department of Mary Poppinses, or do you think the only one?
Oh, good question.
She's like an eldritch being.
I think she's the only one, but I think she's like the doctor and she can shapeshift.
Aw.
Sure, that makes sense.
Well, she's already turned into
Emily Blunt, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Or maybe she's like a particle that exists in multiple places at the same time. So she's like multiple children. You know what
I
mean?
hope that's true.
Poppins. Right, we are going to wrap it up by finding out a little bit about our fabulous guests today. And then we're
Wow.
going to find out which lucky or unlucky 2 of our patrons are finding their way into
Unlucky, most likely.
They're rats
London
in the
Wow.
sewers.
Going on the
They're
basis of-
pigeons.
So, Folarin, tell everyone where they can find you should they wish to do so.
Hello, everyone. You can find me somewhere on the internet. If you find my link tree, it is Akinmade, Akingmade, and from there you will be directed to the various different things that I do, including acting and singing and writing. So yeah, please check it out.
And Zack.
Hello, you can find me all over the internet at ZackFG, that's ZackFG, or you can find me on the podcast Realms of Peril and Glory, where we play lots of wonderful different actual play with lots of systems, gorgeous original music, beautiful sound design, and lots of these fabulous folks. So check it out. I'd recommend listening to our Liminal London series, which is an alternate version, magical
Such
London in the modern day, Shamini's in it. I think you'll like it if you like Urchins. It's a touch darker tone. It's closer to the shiving of ankles than
That
it
bit,
is-
yeah.
than it is to the. But I think you might still like it.
There are still
so-
some yucks. There's some funny.
There are definitely some funny bits. That's true. That's on realmspod.com or search Realms of Peril and Glory wherever you listen to podcasts.
Lovely. And before we tell you more about the RP Geeks, we have some patrons to torment, and I believe Emily Bates has already rolled our first.
Yes, and Fiona's going to tell me which one it will be.
Back to me. Yeah. We've got the wonderful Ellie Wilson. Ellie Wilson.
Ellie Wilson. Ellie Wilson.
Not a rat.
Not a rat.
Just going to put, like,
Step
let's
one.
not make our patrons rats.
Not a rat.
Not a rat.
I didn't like it.
Step
Before we say
two.
anything, let it be known, not a rat.
How about one of the fancy pigeons?
Yes, exactly.
If not rat, must
If not
be
rat,
pigeon.
must be
maybe
pigeon.
pigeon. But like
So many of our patrons are pigeons.
really pretty pigeon. Okay, so she's like white pigeon with like
Yeah.
a big gold ruff, like, and it's one of those pigeons that like comes all the way around, and she's got blue eyes.
I like that.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
What's the difference between? I thought pigeons and doves are the same thing.
Yes.
So a white pigeon is a dove, though, right? Or no?
No, always no. You can have a white
Okay.
pigeon because you get
Okay.
white pigeons in London. And they're pigeon.
Pigeon is white.
But is that not then a dove?
A dove is a kind of
Okay.
pigeon,
Is a dove a real thing?
but like
a-
pigeons
Oh,
are
doves
more
are-
of a. I think question mark
Oh, okay.
is
You know
a
what?
dove. I don't know. A kind. A
I read a
pigeon.
thing at some point where they were
A
like,
dove
doves
is a
and
type of
pigeons
pigeon. Yes, so you
A
get
dove
like
is a type of
rock
pigeon. I
doves
see.
and
Ah.
turtle
In-
doves.
uh,
I
Well,
think
they-
my question
they're
is whether the doves in whether domesticated doves are in fact doves or whether they are just white
This
pigeons.
is a
That's
pigeon.
The question.
This is
Even
the-
if that's impossible, Ellie is a pigeon, white pigeon.
Okay.
Congratulations, Ellie.
The
I
Google
hope that
AI
happens.
summary says there is no scientific difference between doves and pigeons.
Incredible.
But there's a type. It's a
Yeah, I
type
just
of
know
pigeon.
it.
They both belong to the same bird family. The
Yeah.
terms are used somewhat interchangeably, with dove often referring to smaller members of the family and pigeon to larger ones.
But there are things called like certain kinds of
Certain
dove.
breeds of pigeon family are called doves,
Pigeon,
but,
doves, yeah.
but that
Okay.
doesn't mean that dove is a singular thing, right?
Yes.
There is no
okay,
one thing
yes.
that is a group that is doves, and
Yes.
also the white pigeons that we call doves are not a separate species. They are just domestic
Pigeons.
feral
Okay.
pigeons. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Accepted.
So we do
Who's-
have though a new we do have another patron though that joined
Yeah.
this week,
Okay.
and they're called Martin S. Martin S.
Hi, Martin
Martin
S.
S.
Martin S. is a
Martin
dove.
S. has been
Well, that's
Martin
not-
S. has been with us over on Realms before. So
Hey!
Amazing.
Good
Yeah.
taste in podcasts.
Yeah.
Martin S. should be one of the people. Oh, I've gone funny again.
You've gone
One of
giant
the
face.
people in the sewers. That's
Mhm.
like panning for gold.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Maggie's
Nice as
friend.
I looked
Yeah.
at sewer
Yeah.
sewer jobs, although again a lot of this was before they built the new sewer system, and one of them was like, let's go look for all the stuff that people have lost and
Ah,
thrown away.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then the other one was Ratcatcher. So yeah, that's not. No,
Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Like, ah.
Jeez.
because you used to get money for like, here we go, I got this many
Ah.
rats, pay
But-
me. So
I like that, but I
worth
do
it
like that
down.
idea that Maggie then found Eddie and Freddie who were lost in the sewer
Yeah.
as a result. So that's very sweet.
I love
Oh,
that's
you are
cute.
It's
the
a
real
lovely
treasure.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I can only plug the RP Geeks. We've got some fabulous previous series on
Mhm.
our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/RP Geeks D&D.
Rupagux.
Rebecca.
Get your Rupagux D&D here. It's fabulous. And we've also got a podcast. Hello, if you're listening to us in the future through your ears. Hello, welcome to the RP Geeks podcast. It's, oh no, I'm not sure about that.
Little kisses.
Yeah, I did not enjoy that.
No, I'm not giving you all little. Sorry, no, I'm stopping.
Aw. Aw.
Fiona, you can have one. This is for Fiona only.
Ah.
Aww.
Oof, oof.
That also
What
for
else?
Fiona?
That was for you.
Oh, and of course, no, I forgot to also mention that obviously we have a Patreon. That's where the patrons come from. They just spring fully firm from the air.
Why'd you get stretched, Shamini?
RPG.
Can you tell that we're all a bit hot and tired?
I was going to
It's
ask,
hot.
things
Oh,
have
no.
melted.
Patreon.
My fan is doing nothing anymore, and it's on my legs, and I don't understand why they don't
did
feel
feel
cold
really
anymore.
cold when I
Apparently,
started, yeah.
there comes a point in the temperature where it does nothing.
It
Because you
does
don't get
nothing.
any relief. Yeah, there is a limit of how.
I'll
of
put
the
it on my
temperature.
face. If you can hear this,
be
I'm
where
sorry,
the-
everyone.
It's no longer effective. Yeah.
Carry on.
Nice fan.
Okay.
The only
On
thing we
with
should
myself.
say before we leave is that this
Yeah.
is not the first time you're seeing us this week, because we will be back tomorrow.
Well, it is the first time, but it's not the
It's not the last.
not the
You know what I
last
mean?
time.
We knew it.
I'm also tired in here. But yes, we are back tomorrow, friends, for our second part
Yes.
of Call of Cthulhu.
Shoot, yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we've got the
And
wonderful.
Sorry. I got close to the microphone.
Yeah, you did.
Podcast listeners, I am sorry. We've got our wonderful Liv Kennedy coming back as well, along with our keeper of arcane lore, Dom Allen. And will we get off that island? Serby says.
Unlikely.
Probably not. Yes, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think
Did
it's all
someone
gonna
say
go great.
death or madness?
No, it's gonna.
Or both.
It's been so joyful and wholesome so far that I'm sure nothing will bad happen. And this is my first experience of Call of Cthulhu, and it's going so well.
Will
So happily.
so to be fair, for a Cthulhu, right now it is
Guys,
going quite
one
well.
guy died.
One guy died,
Oh.
and no one's completely gone insane yet. So
Yeah.
Yes.
You're winning. Done.
yet, yeah.
Exactly.
But that will be 7 p.m. BST tomorrow, which will be
July 2nd.
July 2nd. So yes. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. She says to the podcast listeners who are listening, who probably already listened to it on the feed.
Yeah, that's true.
And with that, we shall wrap up and go melt. Thank you, wherever you are, and wherever you're watching and listening from, and whenever. Then have a lovely day, week, and we'll see you
Life.
next time. Have a nice life. Goodbye.
Have a nice life.
Have a nice
Bye.
life.
Urchins!
Urchins!